Afternoon, all. Welcome to a special stream watching the IDF Xbox showcase live on Twitch with myself and Sean Ballon for the foreseeable future. It's a lot more relaxed than it is on Midweek Mixup.
Not that we're intense on Midweek Mixup, but
Extremely intense. Yeah.
So we're just waiting for Twitch to decide to start broadcasting.
Yep, which is a bit strange considering it starts in 5 minutes. You would think they'll have some kind of countdown to the event.
What do you want, dog? Yeah, I'm hoping I'll have enough money at the end of this month to be able to get the expansion card.
Awesome stuff. Hello, Owen. Welcome.
Oh, you're here, Owen. Nice.
Can you hear us? Yes, you can hear us fine.
Oh,
yes,
he's just showing off he's got a new headset.
Can you hear me?
That's all he's doing.
Wiki, what?
I'm just tuning it a little bit, guys.
Yeah, that's exactly what I keep.
Oh, man. It's pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Do you like him?
I like them a lot. I still have the standard settings of the headset, but I like it a lot actually. The bass is really nice. I like it CFTs that I can hear now, sounds that I couldn't hear before, like the wooden planks. When creaking. You walk on them, you can
creaking. Yeah,
creaking.
Yeah.
I can hear them now finally, so that's really cool. So no, I'm happy, man. Do you got them, Steve?
No, it's probably going to be my next purchase. I'm not far off from having enough money to buy the SSD expansion, which I'm going to buy first, and then after that, I'm going to get a pair of them. But I'm not too bothered about the headphones yet because the ones I've got and I'm using now, they're all right. I've got the Steel series, but they're all right. I'd prefer to have a wireless one, and the fact that they're all sold out, the headset at the moment anyway. So
yeah.
It's not a big deal. I can wait an extra 2 or 3 weeks.
But that memory card, that SSD, that's really nice, man. How much is it at the moment?
I'll be getting it from the Xbox store because one of my jobs that I do pays straight into PayPal. One of my side hustles. So I'm using that as funding for that. It's kind of like almost, because it doesn't really pay much and it goes straight to PayPal. It's kind of like my pocket money type thing, things I set aside for stuff. So I just use PayPal to buy it from the Xbox store. I think it's $220 at the moment. It's expensive, but I just don't see it going down anytime soon. I was kind of thinking, well, maybe I'll wait to see if there's a sale. Maybe I don't know if there's going to be a sale coming up anytime soon.
Countdown.
No, 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
So I don't know if there's going to be a sale anytime soon. And even if there is, I can't see it being in a massive amount just because of what type of thing it is.
Yep.
So I might as well get it. If I'm a little bit short, I've got like 50 quid's worth of reward points available as well that I can use. So
awesome.
I should be able to get it. I was originally planning on just saving all my reward points for the next console and just having.
Yeah, I said the same
but
thing.
I still think I can do that in 7 years. I should be able to save up.
I spent them in Sea of Thieves the other day.
Did you? Fair enough. No, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so I might use like the 50 quid that I've got, and still be able to save
a dog. I got a dog.
Oh, is that what you used to get your dog? Yeah, I was playing with you when you did that.
I got my dog. I got like a ship set. I got, what else did I get? Oh, I got Pat Bright Memory with the last like £7 or whatever it was that I had.
It's expensive, huh? All those stuff.
Yeah, that's the only thing it is. The ship sets are like £12-15 each. But it's quite expensive.
That is a little bit. That is quite expensive. That is.
Yeah, and then you don't get anything or everything. What I heard, I still heard you need to buy another 15 to make it complete, the whole set.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So the boat and the sails, right? So you are almost back like 40 euros or something like that. It's crazy, but
That's,
they need to
that's
make some
hard.
money. I understand, but
Yeah,
it's
no, I
really
get
it's a
that.
lot, man.
But that is a lot.
It's a lot.
That's one of my criticisms for Apex Legends. I know it's a free-to-play game, but I would have spent a lot more on that game if the skins were more reasonable. You're paying 15 quid for a gun skin, for a legendary gun skin. You're paying the same price for a charm that goes onto your gun that you don't notice half the time. You're paying 15 quid for it. So
yeah, it's
and
crazy.
I probably spent about 100 and 120 quid on that game anyway, so they're not getting anything else from me.
Hey guys, I think I'm a half hour in, and then I need to go because we're gonna go for dinner. So
No worries, man.
let's see how
No
far I
problem.
can get.
Right
Yep.
here on Twitch Gaming. Now, I am one of your co-hosts today, Story Mode Bay.
Well,
and
hello,
I have the
ladies.
honor of
Is there a way of
being
turning them up a bit?
Yep.
Hirschberger. Trisha, how are you feeling today?
Is that loud enough?
No.
That'll do. Well, maybe if I can turn. Oh, it's me. I could turn my headset up more. There we go.
Right? I'm doing good. I'm really excited.
It's because I have to turn it down because when I work, it's like really loud. It almost bursts the eardrums. I have to turn it right down.
Yeah.
About indie games. I love my indie games. So on today's show, we're going to be showcasing and celebrating indie Xbox games, right? And we'll have so many talented devs joining us throughout the day to talk about their games, including, but not limited to, Among Us, Moonglow Bay, Soup Pot, Nobody Saves the World, Death's Door, and 12 Minutes. And each of our developer guests will sit down for a conversation
12 minutes,
with
isn't it
some
nice?
of our favorite
Awesome.
gamers and creators, including awesome folks like Kate Stark and Stallion83, Donut Age and Technique, and Blind Gamer Steve. So many fun folks. We'll also have special interviews with Chris Charla from ID at Xbox. And throughout the day, we're going to be dropping exclusive new game trailers as well. So if you're an indie games fan, this is the place to be. We'll have
Good.
Victoria Tran from
That headset she got is huge.
Isn't it?
Like bloody Mickey Mouse.
Louis Antonio from Annapurna Interactive will get into their highly anticipated game, 12 Minutes. I cannot wait to see some of that. We've also got Graham Smith and Ian Campbell from Drinkbox Studios. They're going to be here discussing Nobody Saves the World. Zach and Lou from Bunny Hug will get into all things Moonglow Bay. Mark Foster and David Fenn from Acid Nerve will talk about Death's Door. We have a packed lineup for you today. So it is going to be awesome. And as I mentioned, we will have that special interview with Miss Charla from ID at Xbox, which is awesome.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I am so excited about this. Now, before we do get started with our show, I do want to remind everyone at home, please sound off
She's
in
got
the
some
chat.
pixelated camera.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah, like crazy.
As it is.
Or
I'm
just
super
her
excited
internet
about this.
isn't.
So without
great.
further ado,
Yeah.
I want to
The
remind
other
everyone
girl beside
throughout
us,
today's
like
ID at
crystal clear,
absolutely
yeah.
crystal clear.
Yeah.
It's whoever's controlling is zoomed in on. I went, nope, let's just go back out again.
Very first time. Some will feature gameplay updates to highly anticipated indie titles. Others will be brand new, never before seen gameplay.
Exclusive.
But that's not all we have. So make sure you stay tuned throughout
World
the show
premiere.
to share your reactions.
Yeah, that's
in
the one I meant. Yeah,
chat.
world premiere.
So everyone, let's go ahead and get into it. First up, we're
Someone
going
needs to buy
Exclusive
gameplay trailer.
world
Let's
premiere.
take a look.
Perfect timing.
Somebody needs to buy a soundboard like Fonz.
Oh, straight in
Finally,
with
yes.
Exomecha.
Yes. I'm really looking forward to this one, actually.
What type of game is this? Is it just like a multiplayer, or is it
I think it's
Yeah.
a free-to-play game, yeah.
Free to play multiplayer.
Okay.
But it
Like
looks
an all
sick
out,
as hell.
like an all out kind of, I don't know, obviously squads like 8v8, 16v16 or something ridiculous.
Man, but I know this is probably PC, but it looks fucking ridiculous how good it is. Man.
Yeah, it looks really pretty.
Or is it more of a Battlefield type?
Yeah,
Larger-
it looks that way, doesn't it?
I was gonna say, to have 8v8
It's
with a tank is a little bit OPP. Or OTT,
But it's
should
a
I say.
cocktail. It's a cocktail of everything, right? With gameplay wise,
Mechs,
because
yeah.
I see
Mechs,
Apex in
tanks,
it. I
helicopters.
see Titanfall in it.
Yeah.
Halo.
Silver Surfer.
Yeah. Yeah. Marvel's in there.
Transformers.
Man, really nice. For an indie game, it looks absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, it does. Bit of Transformers.
Yeah.
No, it does look. This is one of the games that stood out last time as well. And I hope at the end of this nice little gameplay clip we get a release date.
Yeah, I wonder how you get those Transformers. Is it like an AI, or can you really control it yourself? You know, how do you get such a big mean ass motherfucker?
Ooh, August. There we go.
Oh,
There's
nice.
one of them. And the beta at the bottom there.
Yep.
Oh, straight in with the Ascent.
Yes. Is this a better version of Cyberpunk? A bug-free version of Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
And what's with the Cyberpunk hate? I enjoyed Cyberpunk. I didn't really have any. I had like the bugs where you'd have items just hanging in midair, but I didn't really have any game breaking. The worst I had was when I had to restart a mission because it wouldn't let me open up a trunk to put a person in. But other than that, it was great.
Yeah, I still need to play it. I wait till the enhancement version comes. Then I will play it just to enjoy it the fullest.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Just wait till they, worked out all the bugs and stuff like that. So for me, I don't have any really haste to play it. You know, so for me, it's okay.
The sound's still a little bit off, Drew. It sounds like I'm hearing it through your speakers,
Really?
rather than from rather than from source.
Same.
It's a little bit. I've even noticed it though. It's a little bit quiet.
No, but it sounds like I'm hearing it through your mic.
No, I know that's exactly the same for me. It sounds exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
I think it's their sound on the stream. It's a bit of a strange one.
Because of our new headsets, Drew.
Yeah, we can hear everything.
Time for a new one.
Then again, I was going to say Steve's got the neurophones, haven't they?
Yeah.
So he can hear everything as well.
Like Pachu were burping on the background.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
My only issue with the neurophones is they're not comfortable for long sessions.
Yeah.
Because they've kind of got the neurophones. They're like a cup, like you've got, like I've got. But then on the inside of it, it's like the bud, the little buds that go in your ears. Yeah. And my ear canal's a weird shape, so they don't fit in comfortably. I can't use buds because my ears push them out.
No.
That's weird.
Game Pass.
Like Smeagol, Steve?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, this looks like Don't Die or Try Not to Die or something like that?
I don't know.
I don't know, mate.
It's basically a survival game where at least the last one was. I don't know whether or not this one is. Don't Starve, that's the one. Vin's got it in one. The people who did Don't Starve. Is this like a Don't Starve meets Pikmin? That's kind of what it feels like.
The Wild at Heart.
Is this like the train set simulator again? Easy 1000G game. Train simulator meets Destiny. What on earth? Well, but with guns?
Yeah, that one kind of came out of nowhere.
This just feels like they just got inside of Thomas Salah's head.
Introducing Thomas Salah, Dream World.
You think he wanted to do some like steampunk game, didn't he?
All right, Void Train. I see what you're doing there. Void Train looked really cool, that last one that we just saw. I was getting like a Outer Wilds meets abduction kind of vibe from that. Brianna, were there any of those trailers that particularly jumped out at you?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of looking at, I think it was called Wild at Heart. It almost reminded me of Don't Starve a little bit. It looks like you're trapped in the forest, maybe with a friend. I'm very excited. I mean, Xbox came out of the gate swinging with this showcase. I am beyond excited to see what's next up.
Oh yeah, I the first one that they showed, that Exo Mecha game, I saw some people in chat were like, "Is this like a mech battle Titanfall-esque thing?" I mean, the cool news is that a lot of these trailers that we just saw, if not all of them, I might be mistaken on this, but a lot of them said coming 2021. So those are games we can expect this year. Like I said, I'm a big fan of indie games. I'm a big fan of the ID at Xbox program, which we'll get into a little bit later about how the specifics of the program work. But bringing all these indie games to light is what it's all about. So Omni, we got to see a trailer for, and I've gotten to play a very early build of that, and it is so adorable. So we've got a lot of fun stuff coming up, and a lot of fun stuff here that we've seen already. It's been awesome. Brianna, do you play a lot of indie games on your Twitch channel?
I do. I kind of switch off. I mean, my favorite thing about indie games, honestly, is the art style. I am such a sucker for not only good graphics, but just visually appeasing games. And I feel like with indie games, you get so much of that. And also, by the way, I do want to remind the Twitch chat at home, please sound off. What game did
I like
you
how
see
they
from
put
that
like
last
troll
trailer
comments on.
are you excited about? I would love to hear it. And you never know, your comment could end up right here on the big screen.
Yes, I see Burnt Toast TJ, or Burnt Toast J in chat says, so great to see such wonderful support for indies. Yes, 100% yes. So yeah, that was Exo Mecho. I believe Ascent was the name of the second one. Omni, Wild at Heart, and
Hertog, you can hope, unless you've got something that guarantees it.
Oh yes, I am excited.
Oh
Oh, I
yes,
love
let's
that
look
we're
at it
able
now.
to
Okay,
see
so
this
here
again.
was Exo Mecha, I believe is what this one was called again. And this is the one that some people were comparing to Titanfall. I don't know. My first thought when I saw those mechs, I saw kind of the circular light design in the center of their chest, and I was like, Pacific Rim? Now, not all of them have that, but this is reminding me of every great mech battle that I know. And look at that. We have underwater. I think I saw a grapple hook. There it is, a grapple hook mechanic in this. Is this the type of game you think you could see yourself jumping into?
See, I'm a little funny when I play games. I'm not a huge fan of first person shooter type games. However, the graphics are very, very nice. I mean, and it looks like it's action packed. There's so much going on. Like you said, you're able to go underwater. It looks like you were shooting at a helicopter in the last clip that we saw. This looks pretty good. I might have to give it a try.
I love the folks in chat right now that are so hyped for the Among Us segments coming up that they're just saying this
Of
game
course.
looks super sus. This trailer looks so sus. I get it. I get it. But yeah, that was just one of the, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trailers already shown, and like we said, we've got a packed show for you today, so lots and lots of trailers coming up. But I thought Exomecha looked super, super cool. That Cyberpunk one, I think it was called Ascent. I think the Twitter handle was
that's
Ascent the
right.
game. That Cyberpunk one felt very like Shadowrun-esque to me in a good way. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I played through Cyberpunk 2077 and it didn't quite scratch the Cyberpunk itch in the way that I was hoping for. So maybe this game totally could. Maybe
Okay.
we'll see.
Fair
and
enough.
Omni just stunningly beautiful. Is Omni more the type of game you would traditionally stream?
Yeah, I would kind of look more towards Omni. Like I was saying before, Wild of Heart is definitely something that captivated me and caught my eye as soon as I saw it. So I am very excited. And I like that you said that about that cyberpunk feel because, you know, some people are kind of looking
What's
for
up,
something
Chris?
in that genre if cyberpunk didn't exactly do it for them. So I'm excited about these.
Yeah, I see. Mundane in chat says, Mundane Salad says Shadowrun is greater than Cyberpunk. You know what? You said it, not me. But I don't entirely
Spicy.
disagree with you. Very spicy, very spicy take on there today. So, folks, like I said, that was just a snippet of some of the fun that we have for you today. But let's bring in our first guest. So, our first guest on today's show is the senior director of the ID at Xbox program, which has been helping independent developers self-publish their games on Microsoft's Xbox consoles for the last 7 years. And if you're wondering what types of games ID at Xbox are working on right now that will be coming soon to a console near you, well, here's a sneak peek.
Yeah, finally, let's go.
Hey.
I wonder if they're gonna show that game that with the little fox. You know that game?
Tunic.
Yeah, Tunic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would imagine so.
that looks pretty sick.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
But you know, with this kind of type of games, yeah, it's nice that they make it, but it's not for me, man. You like such games?
What games?
Some of them are all right, but not
The
all
ones
of
that
them.
you see now, Steve?
Oh, these? Nah.
This is not something that one of the games that I think like, hey, this is what I want to play. It's all kind of okay.
Well, that looks cool. Echo Generation.
Oh, they showed that off at the thingy, didn't they?
Yeah.
At the summer show. What was it?
Yeah.
Hey, this is pretty cool. Was it Command & Conquer?
It looks like that, doesn't it? Riftbreaker.
Riftbreaker, yeah.
The UPS game?
Yeah.
Well, did they show Death Stranding?
Yeah. Definitely some weird games, Vincent. Vinny boy. How is Vinny boy? Our Vinny de Jong. I saw fishing.
Jez Corden Mark 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finny.
Dog Alliance.
Oh. This looks rather cool.
That's a couple of the little ones.
Hello, Chris. Thank you so much
Hello,
for joining
Chris.
us. How are you
Hello.
doing today?
Good, thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. Now, for everyone at home watching that aren't already familiar with the ID at Xbox program, can you explain a little bit about how that works?
Yeah, sure. So basically, we're a program at Microsoft that enables independent developers to self-publish their games. So they come to xbox.com/ID, they sign up, they tell us what kind of game they're making, and we send them dev kits. They start development, they make the game, and then they're the publisher. We try and help amplify the promotion with things like what's happening today, and then the games come out, people play them, everybody's happy. It's awesome.
It is awesome.
Easy money.
I love indie
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
And I
Done.
think
Done.
indie
That's it.
have this, not even resurgence, but kind of like just being brought more into the public eye in the last decade or so. And it makes it a little bit hard for some people to kind of qualify what is indeed an indie game. So I want to ask you, Chris, what are indie games all about in your mind?
Good
Well,
question.
that's actually one thing we do in the program is we don't try and define it. In fact, I used to have a buster on the outside of my office that said indie with a little buster through it, because I was like, you know what, like I'm old, and I spent the 90s as a punk rocker arguing about what was punk and what wasn't punk, and like we don't need to do that. You know what I mean? To me, an independent game is really all about creative control. If a developer has creative control, they have that independence. But, we have folks in the program who are single individuals, one woman, one man making a game. We have studios in the program that are hundreds of people making a game. So we don't stress about it. Like, our focus is just on helping people get their games on
He's
Xbox,
right, though.
helping get them great.
A game is a game,
making sure
no
the
matter
players-
if it's an indie or AAA or whatever.
Cool.
Yep.
That is incredible. Now, Chris, I know
Just a budget thing
sure
only.
there are so many amazing
that's the only
moments that
difference.
you were able to experience
Yeah.
throughout your 7 years with the program. But if you could pick one, what would be your proudest accomplishment?
You know what? I can't. The thing that like really gets both me and the whole team on ID going is really like when we're able to help a developer, like a lot of times, especially a first game, like ship that first game, and that like always feels great. Or when we're able to work with developers from like all over the world, like we work with developers in more than 100 countries on every single continent except Antarctica, is really cool. So it's hard to pick a proud moment, but maybe my favorite moment was I think it was E3. I can't remember which year, and it was right when we unveiled like the full Cuphead trailer, and I'd seen the trailer. I knew how good it was, and I'm on stage. I got the privilege
With a shiny head.
the Moldenhauers, and the lights go on the Moldenhauers, and they go off me. And then the Studio MDHR logo comes up on what at the time was the largest 4K screen in existence. And I knew everybody's socks were about to get blown off. And just standing there in the dark on the stage, looking up at the Studio MDHR logo was like, I still get goosebumps. I have goosebumps right now talking about it. It was like, it was such a cool moment. It was such a cool moment for them and such a cool moment for everybody who likes to be, just excited by games. So to me, that's like one of my favorite moments in my career.
I remember that moment. I remember when Cuphead was first unveiled at E3 and everyone was like, what is this?
You need to have some earrings in, Finn.
Cuphead's a fantastic game. So what
2 golden
excites
earrings,
you
and
right
it's
now?
Pachu.
What's most exciting?
Fuck you in a few years' time.
Just
Yeah,
variety.
and
I mean, we
burp.
just saw on that
Burp.
trailer and all
Burp.
of
Shake his head.
to see so much variety of games, and it used to be that I think when people heard the word indie game, there was this thought of like, okay, this is side-scrolling pixel art, and there's still a lot of great side-scrolling pixel art games, but there's everything from first-person shooters to every genre under the sun, new genres nobody's ever thought of before, and to me, what's so exciting is these games come from everywhere. Right? I think there's a game, I don't want to give it away, maybe it's a reveal, but there's a game we're going to see in a little bit from 2 devs in the Philippines. It's really, really neat.
Boing boing, Hako, and Zach.
An airport for aliens run by dogs where you like go around and interact with like clip art dogs that are rotating. Like those are all super cool. And then you have games that just come out of nowhere, not really out of nowhere, but like Shotgun Farmers, which is a game that launched on Xbox.
Boing boing. Okay,
From one person and dominated the sales charts on Xbox.
You know
for
that
like
song?
a couple weeks. It was like the #1 game on Xbox. And that
Vaguely.
is so cool that the world
You
today
need to look it up again on
enables
YouTube.
that kind of thing to happen. So
They can see what you.
that's what I love. I just love the variety.
I'm always amazed learning at some of the sizes of some of these development companies. Does it blow your mind what smaller indie teams are able to create and produce in comparison to AAA companies?
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen like such great, I think we just call it like democratization of development with the rise of engines like Unreal and Unity and Game Maker. It really has now enabled the focus, games is still incredibly amount of hard work to make, but the focus is on like how good my idea is, how good my story is. Like game developers are no longer gated by the technology as much as they were 10 and 15 years ago. So that's awesome to see. And it's also been awesome to see how things like
This just looks like we've got like
have enabled
a big
so
party
many
chat here.
players to experience
Like
so
6
many
people in.
games. It's been just really, really cool.
Yeah, it is super cool. And I, for one, love being able to jump on Game Pass and try something completely new because it's worked into that program. And we will definitely see games today in the ID at Xbox program that are available on Game Pass, but not all of them that we'll show today are, I don't think. Isn't that correct, Chris? It's some of
That's
them.
right. Yeah, it's a variety. Games like I'm trying to think like off the top of my head.
They should have
recently, that
showed
was
it, right? Which ones are on Game Pass and which not.
And there's a
Yep.
huge amount of variety that's in Game Pass, which is fantastic, and there's a huge amount of variety of games that are not in Game Pass. So it's just great. Like there's just a tons to play, and that makes us feel really good.
Absolutely. Where do you think that indie games are headed next? So say in the next decade or two.
That is a great question, and the answer I'm going to give is that I have no idea, but I mean that in the best possible way. If you had asked me when we started ID, if somebody was going to come up with a game where you shoot shotguns and when you miss the shot, a new shotgun grows out of the ground, I never would have guessed that. If you had asked me, is somebody going to make like a game that's hand animated 1930s animation, I never would have guessed that. And so what I love about indie games is they're always surprising us. They're always giving us something new. And so when I say I have no idea what we're going to see in 10 years, like that's what excites me. Like if I knew what was going to happen, I might not be as excited. So yeah, I think in the best possible way, I have no idea.
That's really interesting you say that. I am kind of curious with these next generation consoles that have just released very recently. How has that transition been? Has it been kind of difficult or?
No, not really. We've been seeding Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S's to our developers for a while, and we've been really excited to see how many independent developers are supporting features like smart delivery, where you might have an Xbox One today and you buy the game, and then when you get your Xbox Series S or your Xbox Series X, you just download the updated version of it at no additional cost. And independent developers are always surprising us, and so. Next-gen features, whether it's ray tracing or smart delivery, folks are taking advantage of them in really interesting ways, and so it's been exciting. It's been exciting to see the games, but one thing that we're proud of is that the transition itself for developers has been boring. And I mean that, again, in the best possible way, that, they get this new system and they can start taking advantage of the power of it, but they don't have to get a PhD to figure out how to use it. And so, that is kind of always our goal, to make it as easy as possible to ship so that the focus for developers can be on their game.
Start wrapping this up and getting some gameplay on.
Fighting against the hardware and just being excited they got something to run.
Yeah, in that context in particular, boring is fantastic for the indie
Exactly.
devs, I'm sure.
Right.
So speaking of indie devs, what advice would you give to any dev teams out there who might be watching who would want to apply to ID at Xbox?
Yeah,
What are
just
those
reach out.
headphones? Like,
It's,
they are so strange.
Xbox.com/ID. You can see from today and from the 2000 games that have come through the
Are they the
program,
Pulse 3D ones?
Also, Chris,
we love variety. We're eager to
No,
support.
it's
Chris
Surely
got a indie headset.
New developers.
Yeah, he has,
first
yeah.
Game. Maybe you're not from the United States, or you're from a different territory. Like,
No, I
please
don't think
apply.
they're the Pulse, the Pulse
we're
headset.
really eager to help you.
Looks
get
very
your
similar,
games, on
but I
the
don't think it
platform.
is.
There's a
Oh, from the
huge
PS5.
audience of players who
Yeah.
want to play your games. You know, I don't want to be crass.
That would be
but
sick if that's the case, and an ID at Xbox stuff that sees wearing a pulse headset. But yeah, whatever, right? I mean, that's only a headset, but would be kind of strange.
Because it means that we have a sustainable marketplace where developers can have success and keep making their games. And so I guess that would be my message.
Somebody should have sent there the new headset, right?
Getting millions and millions of people to play your game through Game Pass.
Send Chris one of these.
Shipping your game and having lots and lots of people play
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
You know, please come aboard.
Wow, Chris, I want to thank you for taking the time to spend and chat with us. But before we do say goodbye, can you let everyone at home know how to apply to the program?
Yeah, absolutely. Devs just need to go to xbox.com/ID and you can fill out an application there. I think it maybe takes like 5 or 6 minutes to apply. And, you know, that's the easy part. The hard part is making the game.
Should we do it, Drew? Should we apply?
Microsoft,
just get a dev kit for the sake.
We get some dev kits.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just for the collection.
Thank you
Dev
so
kit for
much
mod.
for joining us today.
Yeah, mod a dev
So
kit.
enlightening to kind of take a peek behind the curtain at how all of this works. It has been so lovely having
Limited
you.
edition Forza dev kit.
Online, is there a place that they can follow you personally, or should they just follow ID at Xbox?
Everyone was wondering what's plugged into my monitor. Like, oh, it's my dev kit.
I'm at on Twitter.
Yeah.
Awesome. Chris, thank you so much for popping by today, and hopefully we'll see you here on Twitch Gaming again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
Oh, that was so awesome. And it seems almost simple for developers to apply. I didn't know that it was almost that easy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, go to a website, and it takes about 5 or 6 minutes. And
Typical American, that is.
Xbox program.
Yep.
Oh, so
out there and get their games
So
finished.
cool.
And what an awesome program it is. But yeah, I also didn't know
That's
how easy it was for devs to apply.
amazing.
So for anyone watching this who has a game mulling around up here, even if it's just in concept phase, xbox.com/ID is what Chris told us, and fill it out there and see if you can help. If Xbox can help bring your game to reality and bring it to Xbox
Yes.
consoles.
Oh my
which
gosh.
is-
I mean, I feel like what Chris was saying, sometimes starting is the hardest part, but to even put your foot in the door by applying to the program, I mean, oh my gosh. I know there's some developers in the chat watching. Go ahead and get started. I see you guys in there. Let's do it.
Yeah, I absolutely love. Like I said, I've been following this program for a
yeah,
while.
it really is. But you know, they are actors, Marion, so
Convention floor
they need to be entertaining. So it's all part of the all part of the show.
For the big
Yeah.
It's me, Marion.
That's where I'm gonna go and find the games that, like you said, Brianna. You know,
It's me, Mario.
style. If you're looking for like the
Marion,
different
Marion
styles
the
of
man.
feels that you
Woohoo.
have a tissue box handy for. If you're looking for those fantastic scores and compositions, a lot of times that's where I'm like, ooh, I will find something really unique that maybe I haven't checked out here.
Oh, that's for sure, Vincent.
Fantastic, as we mentioned.
You have a good eye, mate. You have a good eye.
Xbox game. There's so many. So I believe Oxenfree might have been originally as well. So many great games, and I know people in chat are teasing and hoping for games that we will talk about a little bit later in the show as well. So don't worry, we've got lots of stuff coming.
Come on, show the games then. Less talking. Come on.
But up next, everyone, streamer Kate Stark will sit down with the team behind the new game Moonglow Bay, which takes place along the peaceful eastern Canadian coastline during the 1980s. In Moonglow Bay, you play as an old rookie angler struggling to keep your business afloat while coming
This
to
one's for
terms
you,
with
Erwin.
the death of your long
Yep.
life partner.
Fisherman.
Lifelong partner, sorry.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
A little bit, you come to learn not everything is what it seems. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Yeah, finally. Hey, Minecraft. Looks like bloody
is this,
Minecraft, mate.
is this by the guys who did The Tourist?
Oh, could be possible,
maybe,
yeah. Could be. It's in the same style, but also got a Minecraft twist in it.
I know this place seems
A
strange.
lot.
A fishing town afraid to fish. But that's why our new venture might just stay afloat. Because all those stories about the mystical monsters of Moonglow are exactly that. Stories. This bay is full of amazing new creatures waiting to be discovered. So we'll find them and share them with the world.
This dude got a voice. I almost fall asleep.
Yep.
As long as this book is by your side.
There you go,
So
Erwin.
am I.
Yes,
Sold.
finally fishing. Now we
Sold.
go.
There we go.
Let's play.
Game of the year, 2021.
Yeah. I told you the story. I played Zelda, where I only went fishing in the game.
Yep, just fish. Just go fishing.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, Zach and Lou. Welcome to the show. Can you tell us a little bit about Moonglow Bay?
Zach and Lou. Who is Zach and who is Lou?
An a fishing RPG slice of life set in the eastern coast of 1980s Canada, so fictional.
Yeah.
And
and it's in a town that people are afraid to fish because of mysterious things.
Weird
going
sea
on
creatures.
Yeah.
Well, it starts out like a kind of scenario where the game is very regular and you're like, oh, it's just normal fish. It gets weirder and weirder, and you're like, okay, what's actually going on here? People have these myths, and there's some truth to these myths, and so it's a little spooky.
And you get to fish, and you get to cook and sell and make
Nice.
friends around town.
Like Sea of Thieves.
You're trying to explore the world, figure out what happened to your long lost partner. The town itself is going through their own struggles with their potential closing and inability to grow and survive. So it's kind of like a in tandem.
Everyone
growth,
helping each other.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing. Now, without spoiling too much, what can you tell us about the town and what went into creating life in Moonglow Bay?
Oh,
So the town is having its centennial, so it's going to be 100 years old, and it's completely falling apart. It has no money. The town hall is closing, and you kind of like gotta help it.
You went for dump, Drew?
Your prior like, okay, we're gonna retire here and we're gonna open up a little fishing shack. But then they go under.
Well, I've got plenty of spare time because we're just listening to
Man.
So now
everybody
you're kind of, like,
individually.
left alone. You're like, oh, I don't know what to do. And you're like, I need to, like, I want this to survive. And your daughter comes back and it's like, kind of like picks you up. Let's figure this out. And,
Let's fix this town.
yeah.
Show me Joe. Show me Joe. Show
Hey,
me
but
Joe.
when do they understand that people just want to see game trailers instead of all this?
You can do all of this stuff afterwards.
Like people's
Yeah,
at the end of the show, at the very end of the show, when they've wrapped up all the game trailers, then go right.
And also
Okay,
the fashion, because
let's have a chat with this developer for this game.
Like 20
and this.
years.
Yes,
You do it at the
highlight
end.
them. Yeah, highlight them at the end, but just show the games.
Story on Moonglow Bay then,
Yep.
because it seems that you did a lot of.
I don't know
research
why they don't understand such things. I don't get it.
in Canada as well. So what inspired that?
Well, I mean, I always like fishing games. I think a lot of us always very much like playing the mini games,
I'm one of those
fishing
people,
games, and RPGs, and so it's just like it's one of those things. I was like, well, what if like this has to be feasible as a whole scope game? And I found
and with loads of other mini games that you can also
it's
play.
like Legend of the River King, like was almost like 10 years ago, almost 13 years ago since it came out, and I was like, nah, this has to go. We need to see if it's feasible here. So
Like the story is like Zach and I met living in Quebec. And like my family has history of fishing. Zach has.
As a kid, I helped run a little fishing shop selling fish by the lakeside, and it was kind of like, there's this connection. We're like, this is actually really chill. We wanted to make a game that was very relaxing, and this is the perfect kind of thing because fishing is pretty chill. And yeah, we just felt like it was the perfect environment to start off, and then we just from there started researching East Coast. We want to go into the ocean.
It's a good job I'm drinking coffee.
And also it was a little bit of wanderlust of
Everyone
mine
need to
because
send
my
greetings to my mother.
has always been like, I'm gonna go live in Nova Scotia. It's
Sure,
like the
Vin.
most-
Do that.
most common
No problem.
place. So it kind of has that part as well.
Yeah, like that. That starry-eyed feel of like, oh, new town, beautiful, and that's why like one of the things in the game is to kind of build this town up and make it prettier.
Hey Joe, How's it going, brother?
So there is also a little bit of mystery around the story and
Oh,
around the town.
of course.
Are you
Joe's game will be on as well.
Sure. Yeah,
Finally,
little
some
hints, basically,
exciting
like,
stuff
there's
going on.
lore that exists in the world itself. It's not like the fish aren't typical.
He's more than
they start
welcome to
off
jump in
typical, but
here
as
and
you get
react
deeper, you get into
to
different
some of these
biomes. So
games.
there's regular water, what you're seeing right now, but then it spreads into like these sulfur zones. These like
We get an interview with Joe as well.
Like, this doesn't exist in
We
the
do
oceans.
indeed.
How does this
Next
happen?
Wednesday.
And so it's kind of like the
and
mystery of
that's
Exactly.
also like part of the thing that is making people so afraid. Like
Joe
people go
returns
fishing
to the
and they
mix-up.
don't come back.
and they just it's completely.
Are we
So
friends
everything
already?
is kind of by myths in the
With
town
Joe?
because nobody has the courage to actually
Yes.
go fish
True.
and find out if
Are we
it's
friends
true or
already?
not.
Can we
So
play the
it's
game
kind of
already?
everyone just starts to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go talk around.
I thought
and
we
get a
were
little
friends,
picture
Joe.
of
Come
it
on.
to see what these myths that people have accumulated are, and then you can go and like see what truth there is to this, and like there's always gonna be like, okay, go to this location. You're gonna find this weird fish that's gonna like nibble at your ankles. You're like, wait, what? And so yeah, so it's like stuff like that for the player to find out.
So more specifically on that, how do the game mechanics work? What can players expect when playing Moonglow Bay for the first time?
Fishing, maybe.
So it's a question of going out fishing and then coming back and cooking whatever you've caught in your home, and then you sell it at your vending
Yeah,
machine.
it's a lesser, like less intense mechanic, the selling itself.
Yeah.
The cooking is like a bunch of fun mini games.
Like Cooking Mama style kind of stuff.
Yeah, and the fishing is like you have several different kinds of fishing. You can rod fishing is the one that goes the most complex. It has like different levels of
Difficulty based on the fish
and equipment. And then there is trap fishing, there is
ice fishing, net fishing,
and line fishing, which is like a little bit more musical. So like you choose the style that you wanna fish with and tricks to capture this 100+.
Yeah, and there's like certain fish that can only be caught with certain tools, so you're gonna have to kind of go around and figure out what these
It's really like
combinations are.
CFTs, really.
And also with your boat, you can expand with the money you've
Pixel art
accumulated. You can
CFTs.
expand the size of your boats, the tooling
Yep.
within it, to get a little bed and a kitchen in the boat itself.
So you can go fishing for days.
So you can go fishing at sea for
that's
days.
great.
Oh,
and never
nice,
come back.
nice.
I love the sound of
Okay.
that. Now I know a question that
Yep.
a lot of our audience is going to be wondering and asking, and I am
No,
myself.
stop
Can you pet the
asking
dog?
questions. Come
I
on.
noticed there's a dog.
Yes.
Can you pet the dog?
You can pet the dog. The dog is gonna follow
He
you.
follows you
It's your
around.
little companion.
His name is Waffles. He's
Yeah.
adorable.
Waffles.
Yes.
Oh, I'm in love with this game already. This is my new comfort game for sure.
I know, Joe, but it's
Lou,
taking
you
too
were
long,
mentioning
man.
the art style. What inspired and influenced the art style for this game?
And we just got
So,
an interview also with Chris
We
for the
did a
last 10
bunch of,
minutes,
like,
so
caps and stuff,
it's nice to
trying
do
figure out,
something
like,
on the
what
side,
games
but
would
not
make
on the
sense
main
for
show, I
the
think.
principles
Maybe at the
that
end of the show or something like that. People just
And
also want to see
like,
games.
I wanted to
Yeah.
bring something really
We
relaxing.
were just talking
so
about
one of
that,
the
Joe.
things that it
We
doesn't
don't
look like it
mind
because it's all
hearing
squared
from
and
developers
like,
and
has
seeing
a
them, but
specific palette and stuff. But
we've
one
just
thing
had
that
Chris from
inspired me a lot
ID
on their
on
direction
talking
is,
for the last 10,
like
15
Ponyo
minutes, and
from
obviously
from
now
Studio
it's
Ghibli, the
Yes.
then we
movie.
see one trailer and then we speak
Yeah,
to the
so
devs for
it's
another 10
kinda like
minutes. But
as well as Animal Crossing, like and the old Harvest Moons from the
It's
GBA.
also almost dinner time
all
over
those
here,
things
so I
that
need
are
to see
very
some games before I go to dinner.
relaxing games that kind of slice of life and
All the colors are much softer.
yeah.
It's all intentionally like catered so
Yeah.
you don't feel intimidated by anything, even if like our myths
And
are a
also
little bit-
depending on which game they
Every
show.
time you just, like,
Sometimes when it's
get
super
something, or
interesting,
in
you
this
want to
case,
know
like,
more.
finish
And
work, and then,
I guess
like,
this is
maybe
also not
open
our type of game, so
the
you
game
get
and just relax and distress
bored
from
more easily.
yeah,
I'm seeing a
But
lot of
let's
people in
it's
chat
nice for the
that
people. I can understand that, but
thing. So I
yeah.
think you're on the right
Joe,
track.
I think if for us
What
it was a
sort
case of
playtime
just
can people expect?
like we said,
Is
show
it
the
single
trailers
player? Is it
first, then
multiplayer?
end of the
What do we think?
show, get the developers on to do a little bit of a deep
single-player
dive on their
Well,
games if you
couch
want
can
to,
be
and add a
drop in,
couple
drop
more
out, like, it's
questions and
more
things like
more
that.
of a
But
style of like assist.
for the
So if
fluidity
you're
of a
having difficulty
show and
catching
to
a
try
fish,
and keep the
your friend can
audience
just
on
Yes.
board as a
or your
whole,
daughter or
show
or
the
anyone
trailers
can
and the
just grab the
gameplay
controller
stuff
and say, "I'm gonna
first,
help you
then
catch
get the
this
developers
fish."
You
on
can
at the
grab
end.
onto your player one and pull
Yeah.
with them.
How
pull the
long is the
fish
show?
in.
Do we know that?
Hour and a
Story
half.
stuff,
And
and the
the
playtime.
playtime,
Okay.
I'm estimating roughly around 10 to 12 hours.
Yeah.
Depends if you want to be a
But
completionist.
this
and try
takes
to
really
get
long.
all
It's
the
even more
100+
longer
fish.
than the interview
And all
it
the
was
side
with Chris.
quests and stuff, or
Yeah.
if you just want to follow the
Or if you just want to gun through the story.
yeah.
So just
But
depending on
for
how
them
players
it's
want it.
nice,
I love that.
to show off.
Yeah.
But I think now we see the whole damn game already. So
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what are you most excited as the developers? What are you most excited for players to experience when playing this for the first time?
for me, I'm excited to see how people react to the fish that they pull up.
I am impressed what they made though, like the graphics and everything, like the Minecraft style.
Like for me,
It's pretty
the
cool.
Like I say, it's a good chance.
system, like how
It's
you
a good
can
chance I'll
become
probably jump
best
into it and see what it's
friends with
about, because
town.
I
They can
really
tell you,
like the
like,
tourist, and the
their
tourist
life
caught me off
stories,
guard.
or you can help
Like
them
that was
with
a
their
really cool
little
game.
their little struggles and stuff like
Really,
that.
yeah?
That is the kind of
Yeah,
games
that
that I
definitely.
love in games.
If you like
So I'm looking
strange
forward to
indie
people
games,
seeing
play
that
the
as well.
tourist. That's such a cool little game, and it's only
Okay.
like
Fantastic. Now
maybe it's
tell
about
us
4
really
hours long
quickly
at
about
most.
scripting an indie game.
Nice,
How is it
nice.
It's not a huge
challenging
game,
with that aspect of
but
game
it's
design?
really cool. It's like 4K,
It's
120
chaotic.
frames or something ridiculous as well.
It's one of those things that initially you're gonna have a set idea.
Yeah, I
In
need a
fact,
new
no,
TV for that,
actually-
Drew.
Actually,
Oh yeah,
the
you can have
tourist
set
I think
ideas,
is
it's
running
massive.
at
The scope is always gonna be
6K.
huge.
6K.
And then you kind of, as you're building out, you kind of build the first section, and then you're like, okay, how long is this gonna be? And then you play through, and you're like, all right, yeah, that.
And can we keep pulling out this amount of like story and work and
Yeah, so
bigger
it's-
through the entire game?
like we've been making this game for over 2-3 years,
Yeah.
and a lot of iteration has gone through, and we're just like, okay, yeah, we have to keep cutting.
And it's interesting because we also like some.
They
we're
are
still developing
enthusiastic. That's nice.
They are, yeah.
But
It's-
I've seen
it's
enough
nice
now.
that they
Come on.
are, but I think at the same time,
very well,
Kate,
so maybe we're gonna have
the
to change
interviewer,
it, and it goes a lot.
is probably
like, a
getting
lot of
some
work
people
kind
in
of
that ear
goes down.
saying,
But the big thing is that we've always
Wrap
kept
it
like
up.
the main
Yes.
beats of the game, and so long as you can tie between all of those beats, then the length between it is not what matters. Is not. What
Hey, when you get
matters
a
so
chance,
much.
you got to hustle. You got to get your stuff out there, given the chance.
That is, if you can
Yep.
tie them cleanly, then I think the players will always be happy with it because they're going to feel satisfied in the storytelling.
Yeah.
Right, and you were mentioning
Okay,
through
thank
storytelling
you.
a little bit earlier
Yep.
that there is a good amount of lore in the game.
No.
Understanding that the lore is
Stop it.
definitely playing a bigger role than I may have thought. Can you tell us a little
agree,
bit
Aaron,
about
it is
Asking
unnecessary
questions,
to
Kate.
ask this many questions.
The lore is
Unless you're going
It's
to
hard-
do,
it's
like,
hard without
they're not
spoiling
going to
it.
do
Without
this for
spoiling too much,
every
but, like,
single
one of it is,
indie
like,
game on here.
The reason why some of the people in town are afraid is
Oh,
because
but then they have only one game to show, and then the time is done.
Yeah.
Their spirits are taken within the waters, within the ocean. And
Like 5
that's
minutes
what
later and
manifests
20 minutes
like
interview.
these weird
Bomb.
fish and stuff.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
taken like
There's a lot of other indie titles to be shown yet, and,
yeah,
and
it's
half
Like
them
the
aren't
weird
getting the
thoughts and the
same
weird
Bye-bye,
imagination
limelight.
kind of brings up things in the sea.
yeah. So and that's
Bye-bye,
that's
Muppet.
just a tip. I want to see
Yeah,
more,
like
but I
the
don't.
tip
I
of
also
an
don't want
iceberg.
to.
Yeah.
No, it's not spoiling is very, very good. We'll steer off of that just
Nice
to
one,
get away
Mario.
from spoilers for a little bit. But how did your team approach replayability?
Oh man, Kate
so-
doesn't want to stop us. I think she thinks, man, I'm in the spotlight. Let's ask as much as interesting questions as I can. Let's not stop.
It's a relaxing game, but we still wanted to give different levels to all the types of fishing.
Yeah, and it's one of the big things is that adding value to that replayability and all the way we've done it is tying to that story. Because
It's
there were
something they
so
could
many
add it to a YouTube channel with.
every bit of thing that work you're doing, every
Right, so yeah, you don't mind it when it's at the end of the show, because once you've seen the trailers, if you want to learn more about the games and you've got a lot of spare
That's one
time,
of the
then
reasons why we added so
then
many
you go in
fish,
and-
because we want to like people to
and
always
watch
have a
it.
surprise when they're playing the game. Like there's always
But
something
they,
new.
you
and,
know,
like,
for the
different-
sake of the flow of the show, like you said, it's better just to do like 5 minutes interview. You know, show the basics. Like they're telling so much details, you almost know the whole damn game.
Yep.
Stop it.
Games like this, and I
Stop
think
it, Kate.
this is a bit of a comfort game. I'm very, very happy to know that there is that option. Before we say goodbye, because this has been lovely speaking to both of you, how can people follow you for updates on Moonglow Bay?
So we have the Moonglow Bay Twitter account, an Instagram account, a Facebook page. It's all at Moonglow Bay. And we also, the studio itself is at Bunny Hug Games.
On Twitter.
On Twitter. And also there is our publisher that is also going to be giving a bunch of updates, which is at CodeSync, like
coat and a sink.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
so that's where we
Thank you
No,
so
thank
much.
you
very much.
I know I'm excited to be taking these updates.
Yeah, that's what we noticed, Kate.
As
Stop
soon
it.
as I get off here. Thank you so much for your time. And let's send it back to Story Mode Bay
Yep.
and Trisha Hirschberger.
Thank you too. Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks, goodbye.
Nobody thanked me for my time.
What a fun look at Moonglow
I know.
Bay. I mean, as soon as we got that little nugget of lore,
Can we please
where
continue now?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Just
you
stop
don't-
it.
No, we don't need you to talk about it now. We've
No,
just seen
no,
it and
just
spoke
stop
about
it
it
now,
for the last
please.
15, 20
oh,
minutes.
Man, this
Soul.
went from peaceful fishing sim where I want to like romance different people in
Stop
town.
it,
to
girls.
something
Come on.
entirely
This is
different.
not funny anymore.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I love how Kate kind
The thing
of
is
called
this
it
isn't even an
a
Xbox
comfort
thing. This
game
is
with,
the Twitch people.
not the death part, maybe. I don't know how comforting that
I
is.
think it's the
But
Twitch
it was
people, but
so
probably,
adorable,
yeah, with a
and
lot
the
of
art
cooperation
style for me
together
is
with
what
Xbox
really
on it.
gets me in.
For
It's
sure.
kind
Yeah,
of like that
but just the
vintage
length
type
of
of
stuff,
look.
surely.
You don't really see that too commonly in games now, and I love
Yeah,
that,
but
you
I
know,
mean,
they brought that
what are
back.
the
And
reactions in the chat?
yeah,
Are
I'm
they
kind of
like
on with
us?
you.
Like, come
I
on,
need
move it.
that.
Yeah, I saw people in chat saying it's kind of like Minecrafty looking, but with upgraded graphics. At least that's what people were reminded of. And everyone was getting excited when they saw there was crafting in it too. So we learned different types of fishing, cooking mini games, selling
Man.
vending, meeting different
Maybe
people
she
in
needs to
town.
look at the chat for people that say stop it and
We
move
get
the
to
fuck
actually
on.
be in
Come
the
on.
world. I'm sure it's just so exciting to invite people into
Let's
the world.
go.
and see what they do. Just like hands off, we made the playground. Now the ball is in your
Go
court,
for it.
which is really cool.
But seriously,
Right,
guys,
yeah.
this is unnecessary. Come on.
All right, folks, we have to take a quick break, but don't
You
go
need-
anywhere. We have
Oh,
You need a
no,
quick
you
break.
don't say.
You don't what
trailers,
quick
You
break for
don't
what?
say.
trailers
Oh.
coming up, and coming up, interviews with the devs from
We need a
Suicide,
quick break from what?
Among Us, and more. See you soon.
A live interview again?
Back in
come
3
on
minutes.
now.
3
What
minutes.
the hell? Come on, guys.
Oh,
I don't want to
right.
sound all the negative every time, but this is starting to
Let's
get
just
really
mute
ridiculous.
that for a couple of minutes. Right, that was unnecessary at most.
How long was that interview?
Too long.
Is Joe? They probably interviewed Joe that long. Then we have something nice to look at. Come on.
Yeah, Joe, I hope they give you the same limelight.
Yes, exactly. That's what I hope. But
they're not going to do this with every developer they've got on the showcase, which is also infuriating. You don't give one developer 15, 20 minutes in one-on-one interview and then nobody else.
yeah, so if the live Among Us, for sure it's going to be 50 minutes again, something like that.
Yeah.
Then after the interview, they're going to talk again. So then they're going to show Song of Iron and maybe the little Fox game. And then it's done. But how can you do a break in between? This is not national television. Come on.
No, you don't have to. I mean, this is just normal online. Just take it like this. Watch. This is how you take a break in a stream.
Yep.
There we go. There was a drink.
Yep.
You don't have to be uber professional all the time. It's a Twitch stream. It's not like it's like standing on live stage, and even then, comedians, singers, everybody goes on stage with a bottle of water.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody needs to take a dump. I don't know.
It's not like they weren't. But even then, they weren't on screen for the last 20 minutes.
No, for sure.
What do they need? Literally just come back on stream.
For fuck's sake.
That's like Jesus Christ.
This is not normal, man. That's why I hate this online shit, you know. Every time it's that I think since the whole pandemic started, I really not enjoy one really online show, really. Every time it's a disappointment.
Completely agree. It's
I know it's hard, but then current.
It's like they don't have any idea about pacing.
No,
Exactly, Steve. Exactly. Fast food restaurants, right? You want quick in, quick out. Bam.
Yeah.
Well, okay, here we go again.
Right.
Well, hello.
Welcome back, everybody, to the ID at Xbox Showcase right here on Twitch Gaming. My name's Trisha Hirschberger, and I am joined by the fantastic Story Mode Bay today to tell you about all things going on the indie scene from the Xbox.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Like we were saying earlier on in the show, we have such an incredible lineup for all of you. Coming up
Then
soon,
show
Blind
it.
Gamer Steve
Show
will sit
the
down with
incredible
team
lineup.
behind Soup Pot, and later on we'll be talking
Show
to
me
Victoria.
Song of Iron then.
from
Come
Among
on.
Us. I know
Did
everyone in
they
the chat
realise
is
it was meant to be an
waiting
hour and a
for
half
that
show? We've
interview
already been
about the
on
new map
for
that'll be dropping in the
50
game
minutes.
on March 31st. But first,
Yeah, and what did we
have
saw?
4 exciting game trailer reveals for you.
A
From drifting across
couple of little
gorgeous
ones at the
rally
beginning
racing
that we
landscapes
seen.
to
We got a date
surviving
for
the
Exo
cold
Mega.
and
We've seen the
desolate
Ascent a little bit.
Yes.
wilderness,
And then
our
we've seen
next
Yeah.
a couple
announcements
of
are coming
sizzle
to the
reels
Xbox platform soon.
and then an
Let's take
interview.
a look.
And another
Right. Here we go. Some trailers.
one. Oh. Hey,
Hey! A rally game.
racing. Yes, that's this guy. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Looks actually pretty nice. Like a little Dirt 5, only then cartoon style. You finished Dirt 5 already, Drew?
No, not yet. Not yet. My console hasn't been plugged in for the last week, so I haven't really had
Oh,
much
yes.
gaming time.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks cool.
This looks actually rather red. Look, the BMW M3.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Looks like an updated
Yeah.
Sega Rally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but it looks really nice. If the gameplay is good, then I will play it. If the gameplay is not, then I will drop it in 5.
It's not even. I suppose it's not even just the gameplay. It's the way the cars handle in a game like that, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. The physics stuff, you know.
Yeah. It looks like
If the
looks like they drive really well.
Yeah. By the looks of it, yes. But yeah, you know, it's still a trailer.
Craftopia.
Craftopia.
Oh.
Oh, this is something for Vincent. Yep. Skies of Arcadia, you see? Yep.
Brutal.
Oh, what's happening with the cows?
Brutal.
What the hell? Who wants a hamburger?
It's just like Monster Hunter meets Farmville.
Yep.
Meets Zelda. Like, what is going on? This is such a
It's
weird
really,
game.
really, and it's Fortnite. It's shot and fishing. What the hell? It's a little bit of everything, right?
It's like they couldn't quite figure out what they wanted the game to be, so they just said, "Right, we'll make it everything."
Yeah. And let's have some cows
Battle
throw
Royale.
it in the
Yeah, I
lava.
had a battle royale there, just parachuting in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's, stream seems to be struggling. I don't know whether or not it's theirs or mine. Let's just knock it down to 720 here. There we go.
Oh, is this Rust or something? No.
Arc? No?
No.
It might be Rust, actually,
No,
you're right.
it's from that. No. My connection is really bad. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Firewatch, Marion.
No, I think it's Rust.
Weet je? Oh, okay. Guys, I need to head out for dinner, man. Dinner is served.
No problem.
No problem. See you after dinner.
I wish you all the best with the rest. I wish you all the best with the rest of the show.
We will need it.
Oh, man.
I wish you luck.
Yes. Oh, man. Just want to say goodbye to the chat. Was nice talking to you again. And let's see each other soon, guys. Have fun.
Yeah.
In a bit.
See you later. Owen.
Cheers, buddies. Cheers, Drew. Cheers, Steve. Bye, mate.
Enjoy.
Yeah,
Bye
enjoy.
now.
Bye.
And then there were two. This looks quite funky as well.
Team 17.
Yep. Narita boy. Oh, that's coming to Game Pass, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah.
March 30th.
Okay. Next week then.
We know this one.
Where is it?
It's Hello Neighbor.
Oh yeah. I never got into that.
No, same.
My mate's kid loves it, but
Meet the creepy AI-driven Mr. Peterson. This character has one mission: keeping you from discovering his secrets. Hello, and welcome to Hello Neighbor 2. In this game, you'll be playing as a local journalist named Quentin, who is suspicious of his creepy neighbor, Mr. Peterson. For those new to the Hello Neighbor franchise, this is Raven Brooks, the sort of town where everyone keeps to themselves and goes about their lives. Normally, you would too, except a bunch of people have gone missing. And there's just something strange about your neighbor, Mr. Peterson. Everyone is afraid of him. There have been rumors of children going to his house and never being heard from again. Some people say he likes to lock people up in his basement. But no one has any proof. So people just try to avoid Mr. Peterson, his odd house, and ignore the strange sounds coming from his basement at night. You have a feeling that Mr. Peterson is behind all of the neighborhood disappearances, but no one believes in your ideas and theories. And while you normally wouldn't break into someone's house, you're the only one who believes something is wrong and has the guts to uncover the truth. When you break into Mr. Peterson's house, you'll be going against an AI that is constantly evolving. Our goal for Hello Neighbor 2 is to provide unique player experiences. This is an experience that is driven by the community. Mr. Peterson's behavior is a combination of a neural network and algorithms that allow him to constantly learn from his experiences with everyone who plays our game. It begins with the collection of player activity. Mr. Peterson takes note of player behavior, whether or not most players are likely to hide in a closet, use a certain escape route, or certain objects. As time progresses and he learns, Mr. Peterson's behavior may change and surprise you. How Mr. Peterson plays in one encounter with you might be different from the next, all due to his encounters with the game's community as a whole. In this way, the community's experience with Mr. Peterson changes over time, allowing for an AI that is developed through community actions, replayability, and great stories of neighborhood shenanigans. But these new experiences go beyond Mr. Peterson. In Hello Neighbor 2, players can interact with all characters in Raven Brooks, and these characters share the same AI core, but behave differently and have their own stories for you to discover. So while you might
What do you mean you don't like the feeling?
You're really contributing to the development and improvement of Mr.
Nuku,
Peterson's AI.
you have missed 0 games pretty much. Exo Mecha comes out in August.
Of our AI and development
That's the
gives
only
you
thing
an
you've
idea
missed there.
of
Well,
what to
Pat's
expect
here.
in Hello Neighbor 2. If you'd like to try an early access version of Hello Neighbor 2, you can
Hoi!
check out some of our alphas on
What's up, guys?
Hello.
I'm on my way. I'm on the bike.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh,
Are you a Hello
my
Neighbor
How's it
fan,
going?
Brianna?
So
Well, I'm just
I
finished
played-
work,
I was kind of petrified. Like he was.
so I'm on my
finding
way
me
to home right now.
I remember
Boom.
trying to hide in the rooms, and he was right there waiting for me. So the
It's
fact
okay,
that they're making
Pat,
the
you haven't
second
missed
one,
much.
and he's even smarter than the
What's up,
first
guys, in the
game.
chat? How are you guys doing, man?
That was one of the coolest things about the first Hello Neighbor is that you can adapt to your play style, and the more that you would use runs, the smarter he
You
would
haven't
get.
missed
But
much
now
yet.
not
Don't
having
worry.
it only be your run,
Okay.
but the entire
How long is the event?
frankly,
Meant to be an hour and a half,
although I'm super
but I've got a
interested
feeling
in
it's going to be a little bit longer.
we'll all have stories and we'll be able
Okay.
to interact
Well,
with
I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it to the end,
get a little bit of
but
a motivation as to why we're
just wanted
engaging
to hop in, say hi to everybody in the chat. So
kids.
Yes.
Visitor. bugging
Don't
our
throw
neighbor.
your ball over in my yard again. And yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Now, I was going to say I was very happy to see that Team 17 is coming out with another game. They're the same developers that made Overcooked and even
Erwin
the
was
style
also there, right?
Yeah, he was here for a
80s
little bit. Now he's
retro
going to
and
get some
almost
food.
futuristic in a way, which is super
Ah, okay.
exciting to
Yeah,
see.
it's dinner
The
time.
first trailer that we saw with the car driving, again, a beautiful art style. I mean, wow, these trailers are blowing me away.
Hey,
Is it
Dutch,
a
by the
great
way,
one?
are you playing games tonight? Or Sean? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be playing some games.
Yeah, I should be.
Folks at
All
Top
right, all right.
Gear, a little bit of a car enthusiast, if you will, an auto enthusiast. I was like, man, okay, loving it. That's some high praise again. For Art of Rally, Craftopia looks cool, and I saw
What's up, Marianne? What's up, Vincent?
Rust console edition. So for our console gamer friends, you
I need to be careful. I'm on a bike, by the way. If police see me with my phone, I have I need. I will get a fine. So.
If I was in a more survival-based server where everybody's out to get everybody else, but yeah,
Yes.
console friends, welcome.
Here we
Welcome
go.
to Rust. But all right, so that was just some more trailers for everybody to check out. I know chat
Good.
is all about those trailers. Up next on the show, we have streamer Blind Gamer Steve. Will chat with the dev team behind the new cooking-inspired game, Soup Pot. In Soup Pot, you'll be able to make food with a wide range of locally sourced or supermarket ingredients in traditional kitchens. Discover and learn more than 100 recipes while streaming your cooking
Oh
on
yeah, I'll be careful, Marianne.
social media map. Okay, so we've got like a cooking game and a streaming game. Let's just take a look at the trailer.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
A cooking game. After we've just watched 15 minutes of a fishing game.
What? Maybe this is the game for tomorrow.
Yeah. This is legitimately a cooking game.
The heck?
Is this for people that don't cook in the house? I can only imagine if you actually make your own food and cook your own meals, that this isn't something that's going to entertain you at all. Imagine just cooking all day long and then get home and then you play a cooking game.
Oh, I am really excited. Hello, I'm Steve, aka Blind Gamer Steve, and to introduce our guest stars that I'm here to do, it really makes me happy to introduce to you Gwen and Trina from Chicken Club Studios. Hello, Gwen and Trina, how are you?
Hello,
Steve.
Hi.
Hello.
Was there anything?
Oh my God, that's awesome. So, Soup Pot.
What's the biggest announcement that came?
Details.
Exo Mecha coming out in August. Did we get a date, Steve, for the Ascent?
Not that I recall.
It would probably be a chaotic cooking game.
So Exo Mecha coming out in August. That's the biggest announcement we've had so far.
I think it was just generic, still 2021
What you do
for
in
the
the
Ascent.
kitchen. Improvise. So the player would be quote unquote streaming their process in the kitchen, and in Asian culture we don't really have fixed measurements for cooking. We just like we eyeball everything and then we adjust them according to taste. We just listen to the voices of our ancestors in the background, and we want to replicate this way of cooking because we think it would be fun to play, especially we wanted to do the iconic cooking methods like using our fingers to measure how much water to put when you're cooking rice. Yeah.
That is so cool. And you mentioned we talked before, like. By the way, thank you for tuning in. I know you're in the Philippines and it's way past midnight where you are, so thank you so much. But I wanted to ask because you said that it was that the soup pot is very Filipino and Asian inspired. Can you tell us a little bit more about how that inspiration is part of the game?
So actually, like Trina and I both love to cook. That's one of the things. And then the pandemic happened, and Trina and I were just like, oh, like we're not doing anything. Like we're just at home. We don't get to eat out. And then we decided to make games. So last year we released a demo, which was called Tahe ng Ino Mo Sinigang Edition, and then we looked in the streaming part of it, and people really liked it. So one of the things that we wanted is like Gia started. We
Are you
asked
far from
Gia
home,
to
Pat?
sound design where she
Maybe 20 minutes,
gets names,
Yeah,
and
in a
that
really
Mick, I've got
something like that.
over
Mick. I wish we
for
knew
us
how
to
long was
game. Like
left.
when we saw
I
how
really
much
wish
people
Yeah.
we knew how long
enjoyed
was left.
the demo and
I've got no
really
idea how
liked
long's
it,
left
like we feel
because they
like we're
keep
building
talking
Alright.
to
a game
developers for a very long time.
where it's not
No
too
problem, no
serious,
problem.
not instructional. Like we
But
want to create
yeah,
as
like
much
I said,
as
I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it to the end because I'm
which is
gonna
Not
grab
sure
some
I'm going to
dinner
make it to the end.
like classical
on my way home.
and
If I make
like
it to
we
the end,
just
yeah.
want to bring in that fun
I'm gonna get this
into
If you
Turkish
make home.
pizza and French fries.
the
So
fact that when you look at games in general, cooking games is
Turkish pizza.
always like a mini
yeah,
game, just
with
like
kebab.
side thought. And we both love cooking, like we both love food also. So we wanted to put cooking itself as the focus of our game.
That
What's up,
is so
Mike?
awesome. Now, actually, a little bit in that trailer that there's a social network in this game called Cookbook. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that ties in to the progression system in the game?
So cookbook itself, we wanted a way to wrap the game, and
Almost at
then
Kobe's house right now,
essentially like
like 2 minutes.
part where you could look in and then you have like tasty like videos, and
Right.
you
there's
learn
also
Far too
current
much.
techniques.
games.
Far too much
Yeah,
focus
there's
on a
also
game
current
about
games,
cooking.
and then
Come on,
essentially like you
move it
learn by
on.
watching videos of games. So you also learn techniques like through a combo
It's going
fighting
good, Mike.
system.
Thanks.
But then there's also an accessibility
I
option
spent
where
literally
we
like 10,
created
15
so
minutes
that you
learning
could
about a
actually
game about
remap the
fishing,
controls so
and now
that
we're spending
you
another 10, 15 minutes learning about a game
you
about cooking.
you could adjust the
But
game to your
another
taste.
fishing game, like how many fishing games are there on Xbox? Well, not especially on Xbox, but there are plenty of fishing games.
Yeah.
Part of my life and what I do. So, what are the other accessibility features that you're going to actually have in Supot?
So one of the things that like we really care for is like dyslexia. Like one of our team members has dyslexia, so that's very important to us. We've That was a very long discussion. Whether we put in like QTE or whether we and to balance that so that people feel like they're progressing in the game. Another thing is that Drina is designing, colorblind filters so that we make sure that the game is also playable to people who may not see the colors. We've added in like the reactions, like the lines, so that you have like sort of an indicator of what's happening in the kitchen. And then it was semi-incidental that you know our sound
The
designer
ingredients.
Oda and Gia, like they
There's already a
just
car mechanic
really
simulator,
made the
Marion.
game so well. Like the sound design is so well that
No,
all the audio
exactly.
feedback,
Exactly, Mick.
really helps you play the game. Like you could play it also like by listening. And
Also,
the fact that the
the
ingredients shout their
It's
names.
just
yeah,
literally
they just
interrupting
shout
a
their
friend.
names.
That is so cool. I can't wait to be able to try that out. Now, Trina, I wanted to ask you because apparently I understand you're the queen of meme over there at Chicken Club. So I heard that you'd said that there's some really creative and meme driven achievements in this game. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to look forward to? And you mentioned to me earlier there's a 5-second rule achievement. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So our achievements aren't skill based. They're basically based on how much fun you have in the kitchen. So we have this thing where if you drop an ingredient on the floor and you decide to pick it back up and put it on the pot, the game will record that and mark that as an achievement for the 5 second rule because you're still using the ingredient that fell on the floor. And there's also this. Oh
We
no,
know
I'm
what the
spoiling a lot of
5 second
things,
rule
but
is. Come on.
anyway, uh,
Mick, we've
there's
probably
also
seen
this
about
feature
10
where you have
at
a
most.
fake neighbor in the background singing karaoke, and if you get too annoyed, you can just throw food at them, so they
Oh
stop
my
singing.
gosh.
Something like that. Yeah.
That is so amazing. I love that. By the way, we should you should probably mention that there, like, you got to make sure that you have to turn the stove off, correct? You don't want to, like, that's going to be
Yeah.
an issue.
You need to turn your stove off if you're not using it because it's gonna GoesseN is gonna implement a feature where if you don't turn off the stove, your whole kitchen's gonna burn. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, you had also actually mentioned before that essentially there's going to be the ability to have, like, kind of different.
We're still going, still learning about the cooking game.
Farmers and holiday food. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. Well, I got a phone call, so.
So one of the things is that we have a marketplace in Cookbook, the social media, and then what we wanted to do is essentially, if we wanted to make like gourmet food, and which like almost all restaurants, what they do is that they
Hard
source
with it.
locally, and this is something that's very subtle. It's not really gonna affect like your experience of the game.
Like, I hope they do an
But we
interview with the
wanted to
devs for like
ensure
12
the
minutes.
design of it also reflects that, you
Because
know,
that's a game I'd like to hear about.
small like
Uh-huh.
local farmers and homegrown organic ingredients are just
Like, we
better
don't need
and like
in-depth
fresh
analysis on a cooking game.
like
Oh, why?
supermarket
Everybody can
ones,
cook, right?
like
Yeah.
fast food and like
We know the
and
basics. We
all of
know.
those things. So you don't
Exactly.
necessarily feel that
Put
in
some
the
oil
game.
in
You
the
can
pan,
just want
put some meat in it, and that's it.
and you know, quirky insults that both Trina and I grew up with, like that is how the game is. So I feel like it doesn't push the things that we want, but we've designed the game in a way
It's
that
gonna
it
rain.
reflects that.
It's raining.
Yeah, it's
Is
meant
this
to
going to
rain
be
here in an hour.
like a solo single player experience, or is there going to be multiplayer in this at all?
Oh, it's a solo experience.
Multiplayer, for real. Come on.
So I bet there's a lot of people kind of in the chat that are going to be wondering, like, when can we be able to get our hands on Supot on Xbox?
Turn the camera around and give a tour
So
of the
currently
Netherlands. That'd be
we
more
are
interesting.
aiming for August
Oh yeah.
31st,
All right. Let's see if I can fix that.
and yeah,
It's
like
oh shit.
that month is like pretty important for us. When the game gets launched, you also could actually play in a Japanese and Korean kitchen, because of like
There
how
you
close
go.
those culture are us to
Oh, look
what
at him,
we're
no
exposed
hands.
to. So there are a
Of
couple of
course, no
recipes
hands. Like.
Korean also.
Oh man, it started to rain, guys. This is really. This
All right,
is
so
shit.
thank you so much, Gwen and Trina, for joining us. Where can we be able to find more information about Chicken Club, you, and Supot?
We have a
So you
website
could
that's
definitely like yeah.
down there.
It's
It's
down there.
Club.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome.
We also have a Twitter.
And
We also have a
Discord,
Twitter, Chicken Club. Yeah. A Discord,
okay.
yeah.
Well, at the end of the show, I'm going to go back and see how long we were actually
on Twitter. Look them up online. Supot will be
interviewing
coming very soon to Xbox.
some of these niche
Thanks
titles
once
for.
again, and I'm going to send it back to Story Mode Bay and Trisha. Thank you so much.
This is like 10 minutes or something.
At least.
Oh my gosh, that was
Yeah.
adorable. Thank you.
Oh guys, look at this. McDonald's. McDonald's.
I've gotten better, yes. When I first started cooking, no,
Big
not
Q.
really. But it's almost like trial and error. I love what they were saying earlier about how, you know, in their culture,
Tuku,
there's
completely
no
agree.
sense of
Next
really
game.
following recipes. It's just you let the ancestors guide you, and they'll tell you how much you need to add. That's the kind of cook I am.
You know what? I self-professed not a good chef personally. And I'm watching this thinking, oh, maybe this will make me a better chef, much like Dance Dance Revolution made nobody a better dancer. So no, probably not. But at least it might make me have some love, you know, for cooking. I like the wacky stuff that they talk about where like you can throw food at your karaoke neighbor. That sounds hilarious. Or that when you select food, or I guess pick it up, the food yells out its name when you pick it. That's what I'm in for. I'm in for the wacky stuff.
Or even they were saying the 5-second achievement. If you drop some food and as long as you pick it up, blow the dust off, and put it back on the stove within 5 minutes, you'll be good. It's fine. I'm excited to play.
5-second rule for real.
Yes, for real.
Great.
Well, everyone at home watching, coming up, we will chat with Victoria from Among Us about the new airship map coming over to the game. And later, streamer Danotaj will have a conversation with the devs behind Nobody Saves the World. I am very excited. But first, let's take a quick break. Be right back.
Oh, no, why? Why?
A break?
Yeah. Another break. Another break.
3 minutes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sean, I don't know about you, but this has to be the worst pacing I've seen in a show ever.
I think Sean fell asleep or something.
Yeah, you're muted.
Oh, Sean is muted?
Yeah, he's muted. He muted himself.
Yeah, he's probably
Fell
drinking,
asleep.
eating, fell asleep. Or
Yeah,
maybe he's
probably.
cooking. Maybe he's cooking. He got some inspiration.
This is what happened last time. Like they had the fifth talk to that company for like 15 minutes. Then they come back. They spoke for another couple of minutes. Then they went on a break, even though they weren't on screen. It was like,
Okay.
why do you need a break? You haven't been on screen for the last 20 minutes. You just have a break.
Crazy.
Have another break. These are weak podcasters. These are weak podcasters.
Jeez.
They can't go 20 minutes without a break.
And we are sitting for 2 straight hours.
2.5 hours, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, even when you stream for like 2-3 hours at a go. You don't
Or
take a break.
my last stream was like I think 4 or 5 hours straight.
Yeah.
Oh, did they do their little? We're going for the break now.
Yeah. They've just. Oh, you're back. Yeah. Yeah. They just finished talking, and then they talked about it just like they did before, and then went on a break again. Just absolutely insane. I've never known anything like it.
Even on an E3 event last year, they didn't take a break.
No, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah. Here, Marion also says 14 minutes for a cooking game. 14.
So a total of half an hour for a fishing game and a cooking game put together.
Half an hour for a fishing game?
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, no, it was 15 minutes for the fishing game and then another 14 minutes there for the cooking game. So that's half an hour spent on 2 games. Just talking about those 2 games.
Yeah.
That's insane.
5 minutes is at a push. They should have been.
Right, and we're back. Let's hope to show some more games. Yeah, exactly. At a push, 5 minutes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the ID at Xbox showcase right here on Twitch Gaming. My name is Trisha Hirschberger, and I am here today with Brianna, aka Story Mode Bay, and we're kind of like your tour guides through this event today, leading you to all the different sections of things that you will want to see. But we do have a lot of great stuff coming up.
We absolutely do. Next up, everyone, we'll be hearing from the creative team behind Nobody Saves the World, and they will be interviewed from none other than Danotaj. But before we get to that interview, we have more gameplay trailers to reveal. From the Battle of Normandy to the scrum of medieval combat, this
this one sounds cool.
Promises something for everyone. Let's take a look.
Oh, let's take a look, guys.
Demon turf. What?
They realised that Normandy was a real thing, yeah?
Yeah. Whoa, that's trippy art style. Okay, I'm actually intrigued in this. I'm very intrigued in the art style. Completely flat 2D mixed in with 3D.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Interesting.
Yeah. This is very different.
Yo, guys, I'm gonna hop out. I'm gonna call my No. I need to order some food so I can pick it up directly when I come there.
Right,
I'm almost at home, so yeah. I'm really hungry as well, so
right.
maybe I don't know how long it's gonna take. Maybe I'll hop in for a little bit after that. So great seeing you guys in the chat as well.
Awesome stuff.
Enjoy your night, guys.
See you in a little bit.
Yeah, maybe play some games tonight if we can.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely.
Sean, are you ready for some Sea of Thieves? Because we don't play that much, right?
You don't invite me. Come on. Let's not have this false pretense of you just never about.
No.
I jumped in a party the other day and you just blanked me.
No, because we already were 4 people in the party, so 3, 4, I don't know.
You had 3 people. You had 3 people back end. Now be gone. Don't choke on your pizza, and we might play later.
I'll invite you. I'll invite you if you don't have a full party.
All right, no problem. I'll see you later,
guys.
Awesome. See you in a bit, Pat.
Take care and see you guys maybe in a bit, okay?
Yep, see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
See you.
Chivalry 2. Hey, Song of Iron.
Finally.
Hey, Joe, it's on.
Oh, lovely lighting there. What is this?
This looks funky.
That was a
Oh,
peaceful
man.
last trailer. It was so
Yep,
calm.
XO1, the gliding sim. I feel
Yes.
like is what that is. If you need to just zen out. I saw Blank Arcadian in chat when we were watching the trailer for King of Iron said Assassin's Creed of Persia. And I just thought that was hilarious. But
Oh.
you're mentioning things that I love.
King of Iron. They could at least get the name right.
So King of Iron might be right up there as well. Rihanna, did you have any of those trailers that jumped out at you that you were like, yes, I gotta play that?
Yeah, that first one, Demon Turf, I think it was called, definitely caught my eye. It's kind of like a 3D platformer, but what I liked about it is they kind of experimented with that 2D style a little bit as well. So yeah, I'm excited about this. Also, what I'm equally as excited about is our very next interview coming up. Up now, streamer Dano Taj is going to connect with the devs behind Nobody Saves the World. From the developers of Guacamelee, oh, I love that name, comes Nobody Saves the World, which is a twist on an action RPG in which you play many different character forms, each with their own unique gameplay mechanics. You get to explore a vast overworld, clearing generated dungeons in an effort to beat back the calamity and save the world. Let's check out the trailer.
Yo, wow, that trailer was awesome. I've seen that like 3 times now. It's fantastic. My name is Dan Otaj. Hello, everybody. I'm joined by the lovely, lovely human beings named Grant Smith and Ian Campbell from Drinkbox Games. The lovely people that brought you Guacamelee and Guacamelee 2 now bring you Nobody Saves the World. Hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. That, like, I'm not joking. That trailer gets me amped every single time. I've seen it like 4 times now, and it's fantastic. The music's a bop. The game looks fantastic. Let's talk about it. There's so many things to get into. We don't have a ton of time. Let's dive right into it. What do you guys want to start with? We got all kinds of things.
Well, we can explain a little bit about the gameplay, how it works, and what we're going for the game.
Yeah, please.
I guess Nobody Saves the World. Well, to start off, that naked gray baby that you saw that picked up the wand at the start of the trailer there, that's Nobody. That's who you start the game as. And so, like, right at the start of the game, you find this magic wand, which allows you to change your form into different types of forms. So the game is basically like a top-down RPG, action RPG, but as you're playing, you're progressing through this form tree, and you're unlocking new forms and playing as different forms, and experiencing like completely different types of gameplay with each kind of forms. So at the very start of the game, the very first form you'll unlock is you gain the ability to turn into a rat, and you actually use that ability to escape imprisonment. You get imprisoned at the start of the game. And then, so once you escape from your prison, you notice that the rat has this long list of quests that the rat can do using the rat's abilities. And when you start working on those quests and completing those quests, your rat starts to rank up and gain new abilities, and you also unlock additional forms that you can switch to, which have their own list of quests. So slowly throughout the game, as you're playing, you're unlocking new character classes, which we call forms, and exploring those different gameplay mechanics with the different forms, unlocking new abilities, unlocking more forms. You can see a little bit of the form tree in the video right now. You can see the player just turned into the rat. Yeah, so in a quick nutshell, that's kind of what the game is about.
So the forums, it sounds like it's good for you're showing exploratory stuff.
Oh.
Did you break it?
No, they broke it. They broke their own. It's not like we're missing anything, let's face it.
Very true.
And now we've got a 14-second advert that we can't catch.
Like biting things and poison like a rat, whatever. So the possibilities are nearly endless, you could say.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit before, and I think that's the thing that intrigued me most. It sounds like there's sort of a kind of Lego plug and play, get to pick different forms and kind of play with them. Is there like how complicated can we get?
It gets pretty complicated. Like to start with, when you unlock a new form, the forms quests are all kind of like training you how to use that forms, because we want to ease the player into the new mechanics that are presented
Sure.
with each form. So it'll be like getting you to use your basic abilities. But then once you've kind of started to get the hang of a form, we start giving new quests that you can't do with the base abilities of the form. You actually have to mix and match, pull in abilities from other.
No, not all of them come into Game Pass.
for example,
Just
if
a
you're playing as
handful.
the rat doesn't have
And they don't really say, unless they say at the bottom of the trailer that it's coming to Game Pass, then we don't know.
abilities to kill enemies. So then you have some flexibility on how you want to do that. That's a pretty easy quest to do because there's lots of options for something like that. But they do start to get more specific, and they some of them are more difficult to figure out. Like, oh, exactly how am I going to do this? And different customizations. It gives the player some room for creativity in trying to complete the quests that they're presented with.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that was probably the thing I was most excited for when sort of hearing about this. Was it looks very much like, well, it looks like my jam, I'm going to be honest, and it looks like it's a lot of chat's jam as well. So I think we're all pretty excited about that. But that sort of freedom to play within your rules as the developers, but also be able to kind of do things on our own and get pretty creative and play with like the tools that you brought up. I think that's pretty awesome. Not to mention, I mean, just simply like Geopart says, the art style of this game looks amazing, and I couldn't agree more. There's just so much stylistic virtue to it, and it seems like it's you're taking a lot of inspiration from your past works, like Guacamelee. Can we talk about like what are sort of the things that maybe you learned in the past that you brought to something like Nobody Saves the World?
Actually, I mean, talking with the artists through the development process, of course, like one of the goals is to try and break a bit free from what we had done previously. I guess in terms of, say, like Severed and Guacamelee have a very like angular vectorized art style, but this is more like hand drawn and like lots of lines and strokes and stuff. And we also wanted it to be kind of charming, but like off-putting. Like I know like maybe like Ren and Stimpy or like Garbage Pail Kids were referenced in the art team, where like it's like appealing but also uncomfortable. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah, you
there's
can
a
see-
little bit of grunge going on, and like you said, that hand-drawn art style is pretty unique in because nobody does it the same, right? Not really, at least. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've seen some mentions, and something that I sort of came up just kind of watching it for the first time was a lot of thoughts of like it being a roguelite, but I wanted to drive home that it isn't a roguelite. It's very much an action RPG, but you guys have something very special, which is, I mean, do you guys want to talk about your dungeons a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, the structure of the game, it's kind of like
Depends how legal it is.
overworld, not unlike one of the older JP Zelda games. but scattered throughout this overworld, there's dungeons everywhere. We have about 25 dungeons right now in the game, and all of the dungeons are procedurally generated. So, and they all have completely different themes as well. So like we have some standard things like a prison or a mine, but we have a lot of really odd non-standard things like you'll be exploring a UFO or a gingerbread house, or you'll be going inside of a dead dragon, like just trying to do some weird bizarre things. And each of the dungeons, while they're procedurally generated, they all have like different rules in the generation. So each dungeon does like have a unique feeling when you go inside of it. But if you do die inside of a dungeon, because there's the dungeons are going to get increasingly difficult. If you do die, you're kicked back out front, and it gives you a chance to try and create a new build to go back in again and try and be more successful with the attempt. And another thing we do as the game progresses is we start to add more mechanics to the game. So you can't just like find a form or a combo of abilities that is like ultra powerful and just stick.
Oh, come on!
Will present different challenges. So you'll have to kind of mix and match. Not only because you want to try and push down the form tree by doing quests as different forms to unlock more classes, but because some of the dungeons you just won't be able to do with certain forms because those forms won't be well suited with their abilities to do that dungeon. So.
Hertog, we've still got a little while to go.
I was gonna try to find the most broken thing.
I don't know what else they've got left coming up to show.
We still do some from time to time. We do like give the player some places where they can just put together their best, most powerful forms, just because we want you to be able to feel that experience. But there are some builds that feel pretty broken, so we can't just let you do that all the time. Yeah.
Dang it! I mean, speaking of very powerful things, you showed a couple. It looked like bosses straight up from the trailer, and that's like where my bread and butter comes from. What I'm always interested in is like, oh, the dungeoning is like super fun and super awesome. Where's the boss? And what sort of things can you tell us about maybe some of these high level enemies?
Okay, I share your love of bosses. They're in the game. They're not as much of a focus. They do exist. I think the like enemies and the hazards in the dungeons are almost more like bosses, if that makes sense. Because like,
yep, yes it does.
Okay, because like Ryan was saying, some dungeons like they all have their different themes, and some of them are pushing like really hard in certain directions. Like, I just came in this dungeon and there's like poison everywhere and there's projectiles flying at me everywhere. Like, and you're like, okay, well, what forms and what abilities can I use to like overcome this? And
Yeah, I don't know how they're kind of working out this. It's obviously longer than an hour and a half.
So then, like, a final encounter within that dungeon could just like lean more heavily on that element.
Sure. No, that's cool. I mean, because there are a lot of games that sort of focus on
spending far too long speaking to individual developers.
Try not to die essentially, but you just got to get to the boss. This sounds like it's very much going to be a challenge all the way through. And I mean, am I wrong in saying that you're going to basically? I mean, obviously you're going to be having fun the whole time, but are you going to be restarting pretty often if you're not necessarily like just a savant at what these kinds of games bring to you?
I don't think so. We're not trying to go for like ultra hard difficulty, and we don't want players to be like dying too frequently. And although there are some places that are pretty difficult, like there are a few key dungeons that you'll have to do throughout the course of the game that are more difficult, and those are the ones that I was mentioning where we kind of like allow the player more flexibility on what their build is going to be going into those dungeons, because we want them to feel like they're creating like really powerful builds. But no, in most of the dungeons you could probably clear them in like a small number of attempts. And like I said, there's a lot of dungeons though. We really want the player to be like moving through the world and exploring this vast overworld, meeting its inhabitants, and also jumping into all the dungeons that they're finding, and not just be stuck on a dungeon and moving on a dungeon for too long.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that sounds like
Come on, wrap it up.
You don't want something to be too frustrating.
You know what's coming after this, don't you, guys? Another 15,
like
another 2-minute, 3-minute break.
And how it kind of flows together. It seems really easy to read, which is a relief for a lot of things that have been, just kind of everywhere. It seems like you really paid attention to how everything looks, which is cool. You mentioned also that there's a lot of high-level story. Is there something that we should look forward to sort of getting into as far as like getting fully immersed in what sort of story are we going to be looking at?
It's there's a lot of variety, I would say. I guess that's like a blanket statement about the whole game, is us trying to be like charming and varied as much as possible. But like,
Understood.
I would personally say to look forward to some of the characters you will meet. Like, my favorite is Marty Joe, the hammer cursed, who is just like a person cursed to be a walking, talking hammer. He's got a really good storyline going on. But yeah, there's all kinds of like many strange people in many strange situations that you're going to meet. And actually, it kind of ties into the quests that like have been described a bit already, but the ones we talked about are kind of like combat quests. But the story allows for a whole lot of other quests. Like one of them is to get sat on, or one of them is to like fall in love, and like so you're just you'll always be finding these things as you're going through the world. It's an exciting part of the story to me.
That's awesome. No, that's cool. It sounds like there's a lot to look forward to. I mean, just characters in general are fun to sort of get attached to. I'm hoping you don't make us sad with any of these characters. I'm not going to ask you to react to that or anything, but I mean, there was a whole thing going on Twitter. It's like, don't cry, it's just a video game, but look at this game. And I feel like these types of games where you introduce really cool characters have a lot of opportunity to make that happen. so I'm both excited and hopefully I do not get too sad with these things, but it looks really, really awesome. Is there anything that we may have missed that you would like to show off today about Nobody Saves the World?
I think we covered most of it.
Yeah, you did.
Awesome.
Good.
No, that's
There
fantastic.
we go.
I'm
Wrap it
looking
up.
forward to it. Before we fully wrap up, where can we find Nobody Saves the World? Where can we see online, and what sort of things should we be following right now?
You can definitely follow us on Twitter, Drinkbox Studios. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and we just today, even maybe just like right now, we're opening up a public Discord for the studio. So you can, if you want to know more about the game, see more cool stuff from the game, please follow us on Discord. I think it's like discord.gg/drinkbox. Yeah, those are the places to follow us.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome. Thank you all so much. Thanks to Graham and Ian for joining me. Thank you to everybody for watching.
Fantastic.
Please keep this on your list.
Awesome.
Because I would love to see as many people play this as possible. So
Brilliant.
that I have things to talk about
Terrific.
with you all. We're going to throw it right back to Story Mode Bay and Trisha. Thank you
For a
both
break.
for joining me. And thank you all so much for watching. See you guys.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks.
Thank you so much to Daniel Taj and Drinkbox Studios for that interview. Oh my gosh, Nobody Saves the World. I really like the fact that there's so many generated dungeons, so the gameplay almost doesn't feel repetitive. Trisha, how do you feel about it?
I thought it looked awesome. I mean, I was watching chat the whole time during that interview, and I saw Simo Masso in chat says perfect mix of RPG and roguelike, which I thought, yes, that's a good way to describe it. Because I mean, there were a lot of people saying, "Oh, roguelike," and we heard Ian and Graham say, "Well, kind of, but also not really." But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to love here from the from kind of the quirky characters and interesting side missions that they talked about. That I do think it's going to have a lot of replayability. I do think this is a world that I know for myself I'm probably going to spend a lot of time in. I think that Nobody Saves the World looks definitely interesting. Do you think it's something you'll probably stream?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to check it out. And I love what you said too about the replayability, because I feel like there's so many games where you play and it's almost like it's one and done. But no, I want to get my money's worth. I want to play this a couple of times over and feel so excited about each playthrough that I do. So yeah, I'm definitely checking this out. Chat at home, what are you guys thinking? Is there a game that you're super excited about that you've seen from the trailers already, or a game that you're looking forward to? I mean, looking at the chat, I have a good feeling about what they're looking forward to. I'm seeing a lot of hype for Stalker. I'm seeing a lot of hype for Among Us. I know what the chat is feeling like.
Oh yeah. But I mean, we've got so much to get into today, so let's go ahead and keep this party rolling. We've had so many great game announcements already today, but next up we have a number of titles Never before revealed. Dun dun dun. That's right. New game trailers. Let's
Thank
take a look at
God. And they've done it without a break. Are they feeling
This
okay?
is our world, or canon. It is a world gifted with magnificent and generous nature, albeit sometimes harsh. Besides ourselves, the Marios, our canon is home to the Pesca, the Zephs, the Arctons, and the Oasis. Oh, we must not forget the Migmies. The Migmies bring our people together and carry around crates containing an essential ingredient for our society. This ingredient is called a harmelin. The harmony between our people depends on it. And last but not least, let me tell you about us. We are the demigods. Our mission is to fight and defeat the noises, the mysterious monsters that threaten our beautiful harmony. The demigods will not allow anyone to disrupt our canon's harmony.
Okay, traditional JRPG. A platformer JRPG, though. It's a little bit more like Child of Light.
Yeah, that was a good game, that.
Really love Child of Light. Oh! Game Pass. Awesome. Don't even have to pay for it. What's this then? Is this like gardening simulator? Oh, it is. Oh, fuck. Really?
Oh man, so much Last Oasis hype in chat. I loved it. There's a lot. There was a lot to love there. Last Oasis looks great. Lost Eidolons is maybe how you pronounce it.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, Loot River looked awesome, and I saw chat also very excited for some of those things. Lawn Mowing Simulator made me giggle. If you want a really, really intense, very accurate lawn mowing simulator, then that could be you. But Last Oasis is out right now on Xbox One.
Yeah, that is incredible. And again, like you said, there's so many fans at home watching. You guys go play, go download. It looks incredible. Now, I do have a couple of questions about Lawn Mowing Simulator because is there a story mode? Are you just kind of mowing the lawn casually? I'm interested. I have a couple of questions about it. But that last trailer for Loot River, oh yeah, I'm excited for it. It's almost like you're moving in a puzzle type of motion. It's like an adventurous Tetris, if you will. Oh, I want to play it.
Oh yeah, and the second that I see Super Hot Presents before any trailer, I'm like, yes, please, let's get that. It looks like it'll be challenging, mixing the puzzle play with the combat, and the art style looks cool. The second I saw the Plague Doctor helmet and like wiping the blood off the front of it, I was like, oh,
Right, let's come on, keep it rolling. We've done well. I had a couple of
was like
shows off the
everything I
bat
love
there.
about the medieval character creator with what looked to be turn-based tactical combat. I don't know if we can specifically tell that from the trailer, but that's at least what it seemed to me. Which, when you combine those two things, that is something I am definitely up for as well. It looked really cool.
Absolutely. Now, which one was the one with the guy and he was flying in the air? Was that Lost, or am I thinking about a different one? I'm trying to remember all these titles. They were so good, but that one looked exciting too.
Maybe Last Oasis. Last Oasis was the one with like the cool airships that everybody's pedaling, and it kind of takes place in a desert-esque atmosphere. So it might be that you were thinking of. But yeah, really, really fun trailers. I'm glad to see everyone in chat getting hyped for some games. Next up on the showcase today, our next guest is one of the creative minds and developers behind this small little indie title that some of you might know, called Among Us. And on March 31st, a new map, the airship, speaking of airships, is dropping into the game. So let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for the new map now.
Welcome, recruit. Get yourself acquainted with the layout of the combat airship. Enough slack.
And this is PC though. This has got nothing to do with Xbox.
No, it's coming to Xbox, isn't it?
At some point.
Maybe it'll come with the map.
Choose your room room to start in after a meeting. Someone keeps trying
But
to
yeah,
sabotage
Tuku, yeah,
me.
they keep getting names wrong. Like with Song of Iron, they were calling it like Knight of Iron or something like that.
We definitely have
Yeah, it's really it's not a good look.
It should. I mean, they should have the running order of all the games in front of them.
You should have. It's as if they're not really that bothered.
Hello, Victoria. How are you
Oh
today?
God, these are going to talk forever
I
now, aren't
am
they?
great. Thank you for having me.
We know what the
Right.
game is. It's been out for an
So much for
absolute
being
age. You
here.
don't need to keep
The
asking
chat
a lot
is
of
so
questions
hype.
about
Like
Among Us.
they are moving so incredibly fast. I think everyone is
I'm very
beyond.
honored.
Yes, I think everyone is beyond excited, not only for Among Us, but this new map coming out. What can you tell us about the airship?
Yeah, so the airship is actually dropping on in like 5 days. Oh my goodness, 5 days.
So
So it's very soon. Yeah, it's going to be our biggest map ever. It's going to come with an account system. We have some free hats coming with it, as well as some cosmetics that you can buy. There will be all new tasks. There's going to be ladders and moving platforms. It's going to be hopefully a lot of fun for everyone to play with, and we are really excited for it to finally be out.
Can you tell us, for those of us that really like to play imposter or get chosen as imposter, can you tell us what the venting system is like? Is this going to have a fully connected vent system for that pro level play?
Oh, you know it. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see how everyone gets around to murdering each other.
Oh, I cannot wait to, in the best ways, murder my friends. But with that being said, I
course.
thought it was really interesting from the trailer that after meetings, you're able to select what room you spawn back in.
Yeah,
pretty
so
cool.
it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll like definitely change up the strategy. And if you spawn in the same room as the imposter and it's just you two, good luck.
I mean, whoops. Do you have any pro strats for people encountering a map that has dual level play?
Yeah, just run as fast as you can. just trust no one, run as fast as you can, all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a lot, and we hope like in the
Screw
future
this, I'm
to
taking this and running to the
make
shop. I'm
bigger
back in a minute.
lobbies so you can have more
Yeah,
players,
no
but
problem.
that's going to be coming in the future. So
That's exciting. Now, I did recently learn that the airship is going to be the biggest map available. Does that mean that there will be new tasks available as well, or new death animations maybe?
yeah, so there's going to be all new tasks available, and it's right hand man's kill animation. So we're hoping people have a lot of fun with it.
Oh man, are you allowed to tease what the new hats are?
You saw lots of it in the trailer, but we will have some new free hats, such as a unicorn hat, like a little heart, some angry eyebrows, zipper, a chocolate ice cream hat that is definitely not poop. It's definitely chocolate ice cream and nothing
Definitely
else.
not poop.
Definitely doesn't look like anything else.
Thank you for specifying. But with that being said, do you have any personal favorites about this new map?
Honestly, okay, so I know it doesn't. I don't know why I'm so excited about ladders, but I am. It's just like something. It's just so simple, and there's really nothing that special about it. But I just love the like simplicity of ladders just everywhere.
I think that's cool. I'm
Simplicity
excited
or
too.
complexity for the players. So I wonder, you said this is going to switch up people's strategies. How much are you watching gameplay? Are you watching streamers to say, all right, here's the main strategies that people are running with right now that would consider themselves, pro level at Among Us, because there are people out there who are very good at this game. How much of their gameplay do you watch when thinking like, oh man, we need to switch it up?
Oh, it really depends, right? So we do try to keep up, and there's a lot. thankfully, we're very grateful to have a lot of people who play Among Us, so that's really cool. But we do, try to keep up and see who's playing and kind of their strategies and see the kinds of cool things they come up with. But within ourselves, actually, like with our game design and with our own like QA and our own play testing, it's really a mix of like our own sensibilities and just years of making games, and also just seeing how the community runs with it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like things like,
That was-
dual tasks, being able to be on and off,
Chat,
having the
I mean,
taskbar fill
you've got-
immediately, stuff
did
like
you hear that kind
then,
of
like through playing it, you're like,
half-arsed
oh, this could be tweaked,
agreement
this
there?
could be tweaked, and not just
Uh-huh,
necessarily like tweaked
yeah,
to make the game better, just to give people options of what you want the difficulty to be.
Yeah,
and
cool.
I'm sure Brianna and Victoria, you can both relate to this, but it's like, if I'm playing Among Us with my family members that don't game very often, my settings are going to be very
We don't need to
different
give this
than
much
if I'm playing
airtime
with
to
a bunch of
Among Us.
streamer
I'm
friends
sorry.
that are, 24/7
Really
Among Us
sorry.
players.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I think the cool thing, right, is just to see all the different kinds of people that come together to play Among Us, right? It's not, we've had classrooms of people playing, we've had families playing. It's been really nice to see.
Oh, that's so cool. I am kind of curious because I have being an imposter on my mind. Are you able to maybe kill someone on a ladder or one of those moving platforms, or is that off limits?
Unfortunately, it's off limits, but the fact that you thought of that, I'm like, all right,
Probably.
someone's ready. Someone is just ready to kill on these things.
Yeah, I can see it now. Stack kill on a ladder. Story mode
I
bed.
know. Oh my goodness. just plopping on the floor.
Leave it
Just
to
push it
me.
off the moving platform.
If it happens, we know who is sus. So I have to ask you, Victoria, how much do you play Among Us on, like, I would say a weekly basis? Are you like, hey man, this is my work, I kind of need a timeout in my personal life, or are you just 24/7 in the game?
Yeah, because it's my work, I try to separate it. Like, I'll play it for charity and stuff. But the thing is like, I'm actually a great imposter. Like, Forrest, who's our programmer, accurately called me out for being an imposter because no one was dying. Like, I was too anxious to kill everyone. So I don't really play it in my off time, but for work, obviously I will.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And speaking of work, I mean, I just have to say, I feel like the team has been incredibly busy within the last year. How is the development team doing? How are you all doing, kind of transitioning into this high demand for the game?
Yeah, we are. I mean, one, we're grateful and excited, and we wouldn't
Hey,
trade the
Broody.
world or anything. But wow, we are tired and
Hey,
anxious.
am I in the
Hey.
show? Am I? Yeah, I'm in the show.
Yes, you're in. you're in.
Man,
wild to
how
see the reactions
can you
to it.
guys
Just
still watch that snooze
playing
fest?
catch up with everything, but with the launch
It
of the
is.
new map
It
and with
is
the account system, we're
so
like
badly
we're kind of
paced.
caught up. So we're hoping
Oh, come
that we can
on.
get more
I
regular
feel
updates
so
out
bad
and,
for the
talk more.
developers.
But it has been
Because
a
the
really,
games are
really
actually great. I was expecting indie games. I'm getting a lot of good indie games in there, but I don't need those 30-minute interviews in between. They need
For this game, and I'm
to
trying
do something else
to
because
keep up with you here, chat.
come
We're
on,
going
who is
so fast
still
because
watching
we're
this?
so
And
behind.
if you are as a
Thank you,
developer in
Victoria,
hour
and
3
to
or
have you guys
4 of the
questions
show,
live on the stream has been super cool.
you
And
won't
to
get
get a
any
preview
attention.
of
I
this
really
new
feel
map,
bad for the
and
developers.
I'm sorry, I just
Same.
laughed at that murder ball
Man.
animation that just happened right there. But yeah, the airship looks super cool. As you mentioned, it's coming in what, 5 days?
So shout out to the chat. Hey, Marian, Herdog, Vince, Patju is also in the chat.
I just can't believe how.
Bonus content on the 31st. Where can people do that?
I mean, we're fine. For some reason, it's.
The great
well,
thing is, if you've already bought Among Us, whether that's on PC or
Oh, no,
Yeah,
it's
man,
not.
I'm-
it
It's
will
just
automatically
so
update. It's a free update,
badly
and it will be
paced.
there
Like,
for you on March 31st.
Yeah.
if
Then
you
in
haven't been
2021,
watching
it'll be
us,
coming to Xbox
obviously from the
consoles.
start,
I
but
don't have a specific date
like
for
the
you
fact
yet,
that they had a
but
15-minute interview about a fishing game, and then had a 3-minute break, and then had a 15-minute interview about a cooking game, and then a 3-minute
And with the
break.
console, can you say whether there's
Yeah,
Oh.
it's bad. It's really bad.
there will be
The pacing just, please don't get me wrong. The games look good. I like some of the games we have seen. Yeah, the Ascent looked cool, of course. Exomecha looked cool. Night Squad 2 looked cool. Song of Iron definitely looked cool. But that's what I want. I want a 1 hour show where the indie games get a proper spotlight, and then if you give us those 1 hour shows where we have trailer after trailer, maybe a little speech from Chris Chala or something in there, and that's it. And then we go out to Twitter, and then we are excited. And did you like that game? Did you like that game? And this is how you generate hype. And I wanted that for those indie developers, because they always get crushed in the big shows. When you have an indie sizzle reel trailer, in an E3 show, nobody is going to talk about those games after that that E3 event. And I was happy when I saw Xbox giving them their own dedicated show. I wanted them to get the spotlight. I want people to go on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook to give them and talk about how great looked Song of Iron or how good looked the Ascent. This is what we want, and this is what gets us gamers excited. This is what the marketing for the people, for the developers,
who I'm going for.
is pardon me, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, that's where the marketing aspect for the developers comes in, and with that kind of show, they just take that away. And they should have, to be honest, they should have let us know that this is going to be a 4-hour Twitch stream. Yeah, I don't know.
Left today in the
Erwin's back.
Xbox show. Death's Door
Hello.
Hello, Colin.
Win.
Party people.
Hello,
man.
Keep ourselves entertained, guys. That'll be awesome.
I thought you would probably be asleep by now.
Oh, here we go. We've got a 3-minute break to have a nice chat.
Got a fucking 3-minute break again?
I don't know what's more exciting, the break or the interviews. Come on, guys.
Man, this is ridiculous. What the fuck?
Yeah,
is it still in the same pace as it was? Because I tuned out at 1 hour or so when we are 1 hour in. Is it still one big?
It's the same.
It's still same snooze fest.
Oh,
so
man. And what Song of Iron was there already?
Yes.
Yeah. So they did
awesome trailer. Looks fantastic.
But no interview?
No, if they would have at least interviewed the good games like Song of Iron or the Ascent or something, yeah. But no. What they should have done is they should have put that show into 1 hour where it's trailer after trailer, and then put the 3-hour show with the interviews after that. Yeah. So if you want to learn more about a certain game, then you can stay and watch the interview. But this is
hold
not
on.
a good
format. Is it a 3-hour show?
4 hour.
Dude,
we have halftime. We have halftime because and that's to be honest, it's 4 hours, and I don't know. I'm not going to stay long here, guys. I don't blame dinner time here. I'm hungry, and I almost fell asleep. So
I think you're hangry. I think.
No, I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm a little hungry.
Angry. Yeah, angry. With an H. Angry with an H. Arch.
Yeah, I was just expecting something else, and I feel I just said it before you ended the show. I feel a little bad for the developers because I was really hoping that they get a better spotlight.
Hey, I've heard I missed a lot of things. I missed a lot of things. Some good games and.
Yeah, I think you missed not so much, but besides the very nice breaks that you see on. Oh man, this is one of the bad shows I've seen in a while, man. Holy shit!
You kind of wonder who greenlit this within Xbox again.
Yep. Yeah, again, huh? Yeah. I think we should be on the team, Archie Burger.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. We would rock that show.
Oh man, definitely. How are you, Pachu?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm not too shabby, mate. I'm not
Oh,
too
wait, we
shabby.
got only 10 seconds before the show
Yeah,
starts again.
but then and then what?
I don't know.
And then we continue for another 4 years of interviews with no
15
gameplay.
minutes talking trash. Then we get an interview about some fishing and barbecue. Yeah, here we go. Hello.
Right here on Twitch Gaming. Coming up, we have very special interviews with the developers from Death's Door, interviewed by Stallion83 and
Yeah, you know what, guys? I'm going to get some dinner.
That's good.
Wait, Stallion 83 is on the show?
But first, streamer Sally.
I mean, it can't be a cheap show because they have a lot of famous streamers on there. That can't be cheap, yeah.
So they wasted a lot of money for nothing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But the job gets lively when you're.
All right, guys, I'm getting dinner.
Rudy Burger, have a
All
good
right,
night, man.
You too.
Take it easy.
And we talk to each other soon, yeah? Have a
Yes,
good
we
one.
shall. Catch you soon.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Guten Tag. Rudy Burger. Oh man, it's good
What?
that my battery is almost dead. I think I have, let's say, how many percent? Like 20% or something like that. So it's probably for the best.
Is this a new Angry Birds?
Probably.
But you. Hak in mijn trainingspak pak, kijk eens hoe ik hak. Like a pet. Hangry, yeah. That's my that's it,
from...
Mike Hangry.
Is this not from Rare?
Finny. Hey, Mario. Mario is still in the chat. Mario, it's me, I'm Mario. Woohoo! We are going to explode. Holy Mario. And Stevie, is Stevie also there? Still there? Stevie, fall asleep. Steve, are you there, mate? No.
No, Steve's nipped to the shop. This is what it's fucking devolved into.
Man.
People nipping to the shop.
This game is actually looks quite cool. But listen up, here we go again. 50 minutes of BS.
So you get
Just
like
make
one minute of a game and then 50 minutes of interview with the developer. Hey, look at
here
Stallion.
Here we go. Oh,
Stallion
man.
83.
You deleted that video? Why did you delete it, Mario?
Thank you guys for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Yeah.
No problem. So I want to know about the crow. Like that is.
Thanks, mate.
He's awesome. He's a badass crow. I want to know the
Yeah.
inspiration behind the crow.
Well, we thought that crows were kind of
What?
relevant to the theme of death. They capture like the themes of the entire game, really.
Sorry, you know, yeah. I know you want to put the indie developers on the spot, right? I understand.
Doesn't need
but
to do all of it.
As soon as we did that.
but even with a AAA game, you don't see so much in-depth interviews like this on a live stream. I mean,
The story.
what is the ambition behind the crow? Come on.
So it's set in a world where oh god, sorry. It's set in a world where nothing dies naturally anymore.
Crow is fighting a
So
castle.
This group of crows who work
Is this the stallion? Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is the Stallion 83.
Yeah.
maintain some kind of order in this world. You obviously
This game looks actually pretty cool, but
place where
okay, guys. Yeah, thanks for the question.
So as
It
you
was
can
nice
imagine,
talking to you. Cheers. Next one.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Agreed.
Very cool. Is this a roguelike? To me, it looks like a roguelike, or is it an RPG?
3 minutes break.
What are we looking at here?
It's not a roguelike, so it is just one storyline that's single player. So you can play it from start to finish, and it's like an entire experience.
Is Vincent also still in the chat?
So
How many people are watching, Drew? Maybe we need a shout out. Maybe you know what we can do. Maybe to make the show maybe more interesting. Does maybe people got some questions for us or about the games that they saw?
just to discover as well.
Yes.
So if someone wants
Ask
to
questions away.
like a lot
Hype the
more
show. Give us
Yes.
some love.
We
Because
can
this
give you
is-
some. We can put you in the spotlight.
What are the achievements?
Seven people.
I have to ask you
Okay,
this.
7. So 7 questions.
Nice.
7 questions.
Well, yeah, that's part of it because we had so much.
7 questions.
7 questions, 7 seconds.
Like,
Go.
little
Yeah.
touching and different
And then a 3-minute break for us because I cannot take it anymore. It's too heavy.
things as well.
I'm exhausted.
I think one of the most fun ones at the very start of the game, you can actually.
Oh man.
This,
umbrella.
it does
It's
not
like
need to
which
be
level
this
the crows
long.
work, and you'll get an achievement for using that for every battle in the game.
I need a 3-minute break.
And a very weak weapon that is half
Yeah.
as powerful.
Erwin,
as
question
every
for you.
weapon in
When are
the
you
game.
buying the cooking
It's
game?
a hard mode for people who want to do that kind of thing.
So that might be the most challenging.
You know, I'm lucky that my last name is already the cook, so I don't have to buy it. And I'm not joking.
Oh wow.
Oh man, you know, I'm gonna cook in a Sea of Thieves. You know, you can fish also. You can bake it. You can bring it to the sea outpost. So I'm good, mate. Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks, Muppet.
Have to go through, yeah.
So
Is that a Magpie with a lightsaber? Mike says.
I wouldn't say it's hard as nails. Like if anyone's played our previous game, Titan Souls, that would be described as probably hard as nails.
Why?
This is
Why?
a bit
Cooking
forgiving
game for me? No.
but we still think it will present a good challenge for anyone who was.
I'm more of a fishing guy.
Yeah, I think this one is certainly a very.
A farting guy? Did you say a farting guy?
Oh, same. Yeah. Also.
Yeah, that I knew already for years.
You are hitting a wall.
Punk.
A really ridiculously hard boss. You don't
Punk
just have
ass.
to keep trying over and over again. You will have options you can do.
Okay, so we had a burp on the show. Who's gonna be the first one that has a fart on the show, man?
I already did that also.
Or you might want to
Really?
Oh,
Oh man.
So there's
But not a big one.
weapons that you
Not a
might
big
be
one.
more comfortable with, and you can also find upgrades for all the abilities that you have access to. So yeah, we want people to be able to take different approaches and overcome challenges in their own way.
Okay, so what can you tell us about combat
Dating
system
game.
and how many different weapons can we use in this game?
I probably won't say the exact number of weapons.
Well, what do you think, Tuki?
change
Do you
up your
think
play
there's
style,
a big
go
exclusive
more
coming up
fast-paced.
on the end, or
Maybe you want to use a big heavy weapon.
I don't know.
And the combat was kind of inspired
No,
by.
Do you
I
think
don't
that's
think so.
so?
But we still haven't seen
No.
12 minutes. We still haven't seen 12 minutes.
Fast paced.
We haven't seen Scorn.
Quite reactively
We haven't
to your
seen
surroundings, like things can change.
Warhammer. We haven't
you just have to
seen
be on your toes all the
Stalker 2.
And we were
No.
also really careful to make sure that all of the
But 12 minutes, is that 12 minutes of sleeping or is the
Very
12
So
minutes the
this
game?
this show is actually 4 hours,
It's meant to be. We're halfway.
and you're halfway, like two and a half hours. Jeez.
Yeah.
to overcome any kind of challenge.
Yeah, it looks
My internet connection sucks sometimes, guys. So
Stalker 2 is.
I don't know whether or not you both
Sorry,
missed
wait.
the
Not
Song of
coming.
Iron trailer,
Reactive,
so I'll play it because there's not much happening on screen as it stands at the moment. I'm going to play that trailer.
World as well.
Might be a little bit more interesting
Okay,
than
so
what we've seen.
about replayability? How much replayability?
I think Yeah, we really want to show how these bosses have adapted to the strange situation that's going on in this world.
Music on that trailer is really nice.
Yeah, it is.
And how they've affected the world around them.
Not
So
normal.
there's a lot of
Ik ga in ieder geval wel
the game has a bit of build up, learning about this boss, potentially even meeting them, and then when you do get to the bosses, it's like a culmination of that chapter. And the
Looks really good. Also, I like those levels that you play in with Song of Rhyme. Looks super big.
When is this coming out?
So much space in the game, you know, all the backgrounds and stuff going on. You feel like you're in a big world with your character, which is really nice.
we're hoping to launch this summer.
Oh yeah, it is.
Man, that sounds
So looking forward to that really a lot. Do we got a launch date already? Also or not? Or did I miss it on the end?
Oh, 2021.
Sorry, yeah, we're
Somewhere.
focusing on sure that the core experience is
But in the trailer we didn't.
Thing where you know if you want to
In the trailer we didn't see a launch date, right? Or did I miss it?
entirely realize there's nothing we're waiting to add later.
So maybe we can ask Joe on stream coming week.
As far as I'm aware, it's still on target for June, July release.
Okay.
So if fans want to follow,
And I'm back.
But yes, we shall.
Steve. Hello. Hello.
And they should follow us on Twitter.
Steve, you missed 3 minutes break, man.
two guys make this game.
I was watching it on while I was going to the shop. This
really?
game looks pretty cool. Yeah, Death Door looks pretty cool, but we've gone from interview to interview. It's just
team of a couple of concept artists and a 3D model.
It's not the way how you should do this, man. Really.
All of the assets that we need to bring our ideas to life.
no. It's just the whole flow of it is awful. It's really, really poor.
Yeah, it is.
Creative input.
How can you expect that people will tune in for 3 or 4 bloody hours?
Okay, that's
watching from game trailer for one minute and then having 15 minutes of interviews about all questions about a game you don't even like.
Is that like,
you know, not every game you like, so you're not interested in all those fucking interviews. So how the hell does somebody come up with a 4-hour live stream full of interviews? Come on.
Well, that's it. I mean, like I said, I don't know whether you're in the thing or not, but the interview should be 5 minutes at most.
Yes.
There's the office.
Just like 3 questions. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Okay, next one. Trailer, 3 questions. Bomb, bomb, bomb. You know, that's fine. And then you can highlight even more games, a little bit more, right? And now, you know, because who gives a flying fuck about some questions about how you can cook a fish? Or which lure you can use on which fishing rod? Come on, man. It's ridiculous.
Souls. They have these doors which can lead them to any place. So that's how it functions as a hub. You can use the doors to travel via shortcuts.
And like Archie said, who greenlighted this, right? I mean, what is wrong with you?
Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it.
Not everybody is also off. Maybe even people are working still, right? So how can you expect that people are 4 hours in? Because it's morning in the US, right? In Canada.
Now,
So
I do want to say first, you know, shout out to all of the developers, but especially these smaller studios. My goodness. I mean, they were even saying between the two of them how many different hats and how many different roles and responsibilities they have to create these amazing games. So shout out to all of you, because oh my gosh, I
don't know who's to blame for this either.
the job that is.
So much, yeah. Just a team of
No,
you.
exactly.
David.
I'm guessing it's got to be Twitch because it's in partnership with Twitch. So I'm guessing Microsoft's giving them the games and whatnot, and then they're not dictating the pacing or anything.
Mark, I said your name wrong. Said Devs made a really great game. Love the dark mood, GG, and tons of love in chat for the black and white atmosphere.
but what does people say in the chat on Twitch? Do you see more people like what's going on?
Yeah, everyone's just kissing their ass.
Yeah, they are.
Definitely loving that.
They just want to be shown on screen, though, don't they?
Yep.
Yes, for sure. Up next, everyone. Oh, I'm excited about this. Have you ever wondered what it would be like battling dinosaurs with guns? Or are you
Second Extinction.
what kind of weapons you'll get to use in Stalker?
But at least this is the
Yes.
positive is that we're not going to get all this crap
the games we're
in June,
all
hopefully.
dying to play.
No, that's the positive. Yes.
Let's take a look at some more new
There we go, Stalker 2
gameplay
and
trailers.
Second
Here we go.
Extinction.
If it's the same trailer as before, then actually pretty nice game, I think.
Yeah, Second Extinction's going to be fun, especially with
Yeah.
with co-op.
Yeah, with the horde modes, right? So you can build all kind of how do you say it? Borders, so they
Yeah.
cannot break through. So that is really nice, and it also looks pretty rad. So yeah. I'm excited.
Well,
but
that's
look,
it, like-
it's 1 minute, 1 minute,
1
1
minute.
minute. Old trailer, hè? An old trailer.
Yeah.
You got some Fortnite kind of game.
This is third extinction.
Is this the gameplay for it?
Thought we could keep everything safe, protect everything that mattered. We were wrong. What was the difference between the people on the inside or the outside? Neither of them gave a damn about the beings that powered their lives.
Nice game.
Trespassers are the same, murdering living creatures for a tiny piece of horn.
It's me, Marion. Goodbye, Marion. Arrivederci. It's me, Marion. Woohoo.
The caretakers.
Hang in there,
You
Mario.
can do it, Marion. Exactly. You just need to survive the other 2.5 hours.
Also, my connection gets worse by the minute, and I have
Yeah.
50% of battery, guys. So it's nice.
No, wait. There's a new Forza.
Yeah, Forza Horizon. Whoa. Whoa, look at this, man. This is
Yeah,
the
man.
NES. This is fucking the NES.
This is just insane.
Yeah.
See, we're not the only ones struggling through this. The Iron Lords are also struggling through it.
Yeah,
are they?
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can you imagine, guys? I mean, come on.
Boom's give up on it.
Oh, has he?
Yeah. Well, that's why Boxenberger jumped in.
Oh, that's why.
Hi, my name is Zach, and I'm in charge of PR at GoesseN Game World. We made the original Stalker trilogy, and now we are developing Stalker 2.
Look,
Awesome. Great.
Finally, for fuck's sake.
Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. Celebrating the date, last year,
Noise.
the first in-engine screenshot of Stalker 2, followed by the first trailer and the gameplay teaser. That was our way to celebrate 25 years of making games here at GoesseN Game World. This year, we have an anniversary gift for our fans as well.
Yeah.
It's an update on Stalker 2. It's not as big as a new trailer just yet, but we hope you will enjoy it. Let's start with something familiar, yet completely renewed. And here is the first look at the updated costumes.
I have a feeling this might be delayed.
The zone is a dangerous place, so it's filled with different factions. Freedom and the duty, iconic opposing forces.
Why else they will show you more also, Sean?
Ever-growing state. The second ones would eagerly sacrifice their lives to prevent its spreading. these ideologies will never meet the agreement. As you may have guessed, you will see them in the sequel. The recognizable design for each faction has been enriched with details. If you look closely, you can see scuffs, scratches, and sticking out threads. Please keep in mind the models are still work in progress. The time has passed and the new forces emerged in the zone. You can expect to see more factions in Stalker 2. Let's move on. The reception of Stalker 2 has been extremely positive so far, and we are truly grateful for that.
Don't let us down then.
And your interest. Stalker 2 is a shooter game, and you can't imagine it without the guns, right? Here are a couple of guns you will see in the game. The arsenal will include more than 30 different weapons. Of course, there will be lots of modifications for each gun.
Nice detail. Nice wood detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. MP4. Hey, goodbye, Aaron.
The amount of people saying they can't wait to play this on PS4.
MP5.
You'll be sorely disappointed then.
Is it coming out for the
AWR.
Xbox One, or is it just?
I think it's just the series consoles, isn't it?
Should be.
I might be wrong, but I thought it was just series consoles.
I can't remember, to be fair.
Ooh. VSS. I think this is a G36. Kind of like. Four times scope on it.
Right, okay, this is rather long-winded to show some guns.
G36 with it.
Let's finish with something completely unexpected. We work a lot to fill the world with a decent amount of memorable details, and sometimes it takes us to completely unexpected grounds. Can you see this guy? Quite a charmer.
Is he on the toilet?
A closer look at his teeth.
Yeah, I think so.
And the tooth is gone, or changed, replaced with a dental crown.
This looks pretty good, huh?
All made with our custom teeth tool, one of the many plugins we use in the development process.
Custom teeth tool.
Like that.
What the heck? This is custom teeth tool.
Literally every human in Stalker 2 has one-of-a-kind smile. Or green, I suppose.
The heck?
And that covers up our news for today. Please subscribe to our official social.
Hey, no. Do we still get a gameplay trailer, right, or no?
Any questions?
No, they said they're not going to have a gameplay trailer.
Wow. Come on.
It's over.
Play
Come on.
later this year.
Later this year.
Until then, good hunting, Stalkers.
Until then, you don't get jack shit.
Ooh-wee. My.
Whoa.
Oh, stuck with the fake. Stuck with the fake happiness.
Yeah, it's super. Yeah, I don't like the fake happiness. It's ridiculous.
Way. For those to be a work in progress.
Like they're on the old 80s game show, right?
God.
Yep.
What did you think about that, Trisha?
Yeah, I mean, hyper-realistic.
Yeah.
For that update on Stalker 2, I saw a lot of support.
Look at the people, the teeth, and then with the
Like you said, Brianna, for this game.
love emoticons.
Costumes look super realistic.
That is important.
Those weapons and that tooth customization. Super realistic and definitely unexpected.
Look how she is with open mouth. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Headphones, which I love.
Okay.
Absolutely cannot wait to
Oh
play.
yeah.
Yet I hope that the devs take all the time they need to make it right. So
Absolutely.
I saw a couple people in chat saying like, take your time, let's make this the best game ever. And
We don't need
Okay,
you to
so it's
explain
delayed.
everything. We don't need you to explain everything. We just need you to move
No,
on and show more
we
stuff.
we have some brains that we can think. So she doesn't need to tell us anything. Just move the fuck on. Come on.
Out and allow them to do them
I don't understand.
properly.
Yeah.
I know there's so much hype behind so many
Stop.
different games, but developers
Stop
are
it.
people too. They need some
Yeah, the show
time.
isn't about you
They need
though.
to take
So
the
stop
rest that
talking.
they
It's
need.
about the games.
No, but that's the thing. I've really the feeling that they just want to be in the spotlight themselves, right?
And I will be patient.
Look how good I'm doing, and I'm a good presenter, and
Up next, streamer Technique will sit
Oh.
down with director
Up next.
Antonio.
Another interview.
Game 12 minutes.
This is,
Interactive thriller.
Hey, 12 minutes. That's for you, Marion.
Let's take a look at that trailer.
I want to see the game, but it's just like, I don't want like an interview that's longer than the game.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
No. I will see you guys later. Mario is going. Mario is going. It's a me and Mario. Woohoo!
I think I'm gonna wrap this up after this 12 minutes thing as well, because
Yeah,
I don't think I can
It's a-
sit through this like.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
This is just. It'd been, you know what I mean? It'd been better off just going through the trailers.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
The Mario.
That's it. 30 seconds.
No.
No, yeah,
At
we got
least I
15
expected.
minutes.
No.
At least I
No.
expected 12 minutes of gameplay. 12 minutes of gameplay.
But that's the whole game.
Welcome back, and imagine being
That's the whole game, Pat.
It's just
12
like
minutes.
12-minute time loop over and over again.
they're just getting all their Twitch mates to do interviews, aren't they?
Yeah.
Today, I
Twitch
have
buddies.
to bring in Luis, the director of 12 Minutes, joining me here.
Hello, Luis.
It's a wrap. Yeah.
We will give you
exactly,
12
Tuki.
minutes of an interview of a 30-second trailer.
At E3.
Oh, guys, I need a 3 minutes break also.
Because it reminds me of a movie called Butterfly Effect
I need a 3 minutes break.
when I was younger, and it blew my mind.
When I was young.
Why are they only
Relax.
showing like the positive messages on Twitch? Like also get
Yeah.
all the negatives, right?
Definitely. So 12 minutes is
It's amazing. Oh, so excited.
Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, look, yeah, the developers.
work. You're having an evening with your wife.
But don't forget like all the other 20,000 people that are watching.
Yeah, who spent 4 hours of their life
And then you
just
have to
watching
know
this.
that
I mean,
the loop to try to
this is not the way to do it, guys.
break the loop.
Nope. Not at all.
Inside the apartment,
No.
it's all in real time, and the game doesn't really tell you what to do, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up also, guys. I think I cannot stand it anymore.
Yeah.
That
Same.
seems there's so many.
Hi guys,
Yeah.
let's take this off screen because we're done with that.
It's a
Boom.
wrap. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Yeah, I'm sure if you
Hey,
want
but
to
you-
find or watch the stream, it is on Twitch/Twitch Gaming. You can't miss it. But other than that, that
I hope
was
you-
just the most poorly paced live show I've ever witnessed.
I hope you
Drew,
guys
it looks
enjoyed
like
it.
you worked 12. It looked like you worked 12 hours, man. You look terrible.
Draining.
Isn't it?
Oh man.
At one
This was
point,
heavy.
I brought the Switch over to just like game whilst I was waiting on them to shut up.
Well, I was playing Watch Dogs.
Yeah, so
Legion,
Even
right?
Vincent,
It's a
even
free
Vincent
weekend.
has trouble. You see,
Yeah.
even Vincent has trouble. He's not even excited anymore. You see? You
You
scroll
mean
all
they
the-
killed the most optimistic gamer ever?
Yeah. Yeah.
They broke him. They broke Vin.
So poor.
They broke it.
And I'm sorry for everybody in chat that had to suffer with us as well for the last
No, I'm not. If we had to suffer, they had to suffer as well.
Well, at least it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Talking
appreciate
to
that they
guys.
were in so long and that they are in the chat. It's amazing, man. So a big
Yeah.
shout out to all of you. And so, thanks for the suffering with us. Oh man, but this is I need 3 minutes, guys. I need 3 minutes.
3-minute break.
No, but in all fairness, the good news that comes out of that anyway is that if you weren't already aware, we do have Joe from Song of Iron back on the show again next week to talk about development of his game and when we can expect this game to come out, and also when the availability of the pre-orders will be available for the game. Pre-orders should be going up shortly, so keep an eye out for that.
Oh yeah.
But again, thanks for grinning and bearing that. So poor. Oh.
Mike, look what Mike says. Every time I see them go up close, I think of the other scene.
We should have really known them. We had like 15-minute fishing game followed by like
a
3-minute break, then a cooking game for 15 minutes.
Vincent has a question.
Yes, go on, Vin. Ask away.
And he also says now my sex life is done, but I think that was already the case. It's fine.
Then we can wrap it up and get on with our lives. Come on, Vin.
Yeah.
How long's this question?
Yeah, Finn.
Right after Twitter to slag it off, maybe.
Do I have Vaseline on my head? Why? No. What the heck? Why? What, what kind of question? It's so shiny. Yeah, because I'm bald, so that's why. Jeez.
That was the question.
Was that it?
Me.
Oh
You look
my
like a
God.
German helmet, Pep.
Everybody, I implore you to just forget about that show. Go and enjoy your gaming.
Life.
Go and enjoy time with family. Life. It's if you're going to criticize it, let's do it productively. Obviously, being extreme fanboy isn't the way. Let's just tell them what really went wrong with that show and what they need to do better for next time. So let's face it, Pat's just had enough.
I think Pat is checking his head, I think.
Yeah. But so we'll wrap it up there. There we go. He's back in for a second.
He's back in.
We'll wrap it up there.
Oh.
We'll say a goodbye from everybody here. Again, we'll not do what outros like we usually will. We'll just say a collective goodbye and good night. And of course, we will see you again next Wednesday for the Midweek Mix-Up, along with Joe for Song of Iron. So thanks again, everybody.
Love you and leave you guys.
Have a nice
See you
night.
guys.
And catch you all later.
Who's starting up Sea of Thieves?